Welcome to Let's Talk Jets Radio.
Mr. Primetime.
Victory Tuesday at 2-2. Let's go.
Victory Tuesday. And we had the special guest. The third amigo is here.
On time tonight. Again.
Yo,
Ooh,
what's going on,
what's
fellas?
going on?
Yo, what's going on, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm doing wonderful, man. This lighting thing, bro. I charge it up, bro. Swear it's just not working right. So I'll get another one. But what's going on, bro? How y'all doing, man?
So we got a question right off the bat. Is Tyrone going to Miami?
No, Tyrone's not going to be in Miami. Tyrone will be at the Patriot game on the 30th, though. I will be there for that.
Believe it when I see it.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be there on the 30th, baby. With bells on.
Did you get your tickets yet or no?
L21.
Did you get your tickets?
I'm sitting beside Primetime.
He's not going.
Don't worry about it. I'm going. I'm coming up on the 30th, bro. I'm coming up on the 30th. I promise.
Mm-hmm.
Coming up on the 30th.
Right.
And Tyson, you going to the game on the 30th too. So
Yeah, right.
yeah, you are.
Good luck with that.
Yes, you're going.
I'm going this Sunday against my own better judgment.
If I got to come drag your ass out Dallas, you're going, bro. Absolutely. So the tailgate's going to be epic.
What's going on, everybody? So our tailgate lot, Primetime, we have the lot identified for Sunday. Are you excited about this now?
Go for it.
L14.
Yo, I got
L14 for all those keeping score at home. It's in the middle of nowhere, but I have a group of friends that are coming to the game that have certain specifics they need out of a tailgate. So
what is that? What's an L14?
I have no idea, dude. That's what they picked. They wanted to be an L, and they said L14 is close enough where they can go to woods. They have to go take a piss in the woods, I guess. I have no idea.
There's a million porta-johns throughout there.
Bro, listen, man. At this point, I don't have the time or energy to answer texts back and forth. Like, do you want L6? You want L? Like, 14's fine. Like, look, that's so they have their own
from the stadium.
Bro, I can't help you, man. This is where they're gonna go. You want to park there? Great. I can't. My hands are tied here, man.
Must be nice training for a triathlon. That walk's gonna be no problem for you. Shit.
So that's where we're going.
Big Bird.
So this is where they want to park, and I'm sure they're gonna be late, but whatever. Their chef won't be late. He's got a grill too, and he cooks really good food too. So that's where we're gonna be. If you want to stop by and say hello, we'll have fun with that. We'll be there bright and early.
Bring another chef too. Jesus.
Yes. So we have. I shared the link. And what, Valen? Will you stop with this? I want to start refunding money to this guy. Stop.
Yo.
Dude, appreciate it, man.
Thank you, Val. Listen.
Yeah, you got to stop.
We're already going to give you shirts and long sleeve shirts to you and all your family, man. Stop. You're killing us here. You're way too generous.
Amazing show last night, too, guys. I want to say that I watched it early today. Amazing show.
Thank you, man. We appreciate that.
Thank you, man.
It's a lot, Tyrone, it's a lot more fun doing shows when we're winning, man.
I mean, listen. That's why
it wasn't that fun for a while.
Hey, listen. That's why I was so mad yesterday, bro. Because I was hoping to be done driving by like 7:30. I didn't get done driving till like 9:30. I was like, shit. The show we win it. I can't participate in some of the greatness. So
we will go right to the callers. There's plenty of them. I saw that last week we had a shotgun on the show, which was awful, terrible.
And you have no idea what we went through prior to me cutting that call. I had every right to cut that shit early. He had more than enough time to finish that beer. Took him like 25 seconds.
Tyson,
he still wasn't done.
Tyson,
Shit's
listen.
Over. Tyrone, you agree with me, right?
It was horrible. Like
he deserved to get cut, right?
He was like sucking on it, didn't open it, bro. Like, bro, it was horrible, man.
I didn't need to see the can. I didn't need a post shotgun recap. No, he was done.
I wanted to see
Elmo. What did I do to Elmo? Like, what did I do, Elmo?
Yeah, Elmo's not happy with you at all, man. Elmo. And
man?
I've learned, Tyrone, based on my videos, the comments, you want Elmo on your side because he just attacks. He's the kind of guy you want to keep on your good side.
You know what sucks though is I've been answering the Facebook junk. So I said they were like, yo, what station they gonna be in? I was like, yo, L21. So I'm about to go back.
Yep, I know.
Hey, Mike, I'm sorry, Mike is L14. I will correct that.
Yeah, but the funny thing was, we were initially J21, so you had the letter wrong anyway. So you
I mean, no, it was L, wasn't it? Oh, it was J.
No, it was J22 according to him last
Yeah,
time.
because we said
No,
J21.
no.
You were telling
Okay.
everybody J22.
I might have put J21.
Now we're saying L, and you're giving the wrong freaking location anyway.
I might have put J21 on that, but I'll correct it tonight. Don't worry about it.
We're gonna have fans in every parking lot of this
We'll
stadium.
be walking around. Now everybody heard it. Just blame Tyrone for this. That's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna go to all the callers. We'll get you out. Oh, Tyrone charged for hugs,
hey,
man.
Listen,
I knew it.
Hey, listen, Elmo, listen. I'll be there October 30th for the Patriot game. Listen, you get your first
That's
hug
Halloween,
for free.
isn't it? When's Halloween? The day after that?
31st. Yeah, 31st. Listen, Elmo, the first hugs are for free. Everything after that, I'm charging for. Okay, I'm just letting you know.
Oh, that's how it is now.
Don't be
They were calling us
shit.
divas last night. What in the hell? Oh, look.
I'm just saying.
Oh, jeez, here we go.
This could be one of these shows now.
Yo,
AVT can talk all he wants.
That's right. All right, we're gonna start it off with Steve. What's up, man?
Just got home from Pittsburgh yesterday, guys, and wow, what a place to watch a game! What a place to watch a game! That place is loud as hell, and once Kenny took over, the place went like even louder than I thought it ever could have. So that's why, like, props to Zach that he even had like the mental toughness to get through that, because I met you guys in Carolina the night before the game last year, and I went to the Ravens Monday or Thursday night game in 2019 with Darnold and Lamar Jackson when he broke the record. But that environment was nuts. So I mean, that was an incredible game.
How were your seats?
I mean, we were pretty high up. We went with 4 family members, so it was like a $500-$600 day for us. But at the same time, it was worth it. You didn't want to be sitting next to me in the third quarter. I was like, this is the same old Jets. So this is ruining my whole day. This is ruining my week. I was conceding in the third quarter, which I shouldn't have done. I sorry to admit that, but I was just like, this is ruining my week. What the hell is going on here? And then before you know it, they come back, and I'm like, this is 2 times they've done that in the last month, and
How are their fans towards the Jet fans after the comeback?
They're honestly really respectful. They had nothing to say. Like you would have thought it was a funeral leaving the stadium, like on the ramps when you're going down all the levels. Like they were just in. It was pitched. It's just silent. All the Jet fans were doing chants, and it was great. We took over the stadium when we won.
Hey, Steve, don't feel bad. Listen, bro. Halfway through the third, bro, I was feeling the same way you were feeling. Bro.
We all were.
I was like, why do I ruin my Sunday every single week?
Yeah, and it was great. We had a nice whole weekend in Pittsburgh, and I had to be in Minneapolis for work a couple days before, so everything was great. And like, this damn game is ruining the entire week, and then luckily they win. But yeah, but
did you do any tailgating before or no?
We had some, we went for a brunch and had, some mimosas and stuff like that. And then, just went to the stadium before. We had some drinks after and stuff like that. But no, that's a great place.
Well,
we had to go. We went to a family brunch for a couple hours before, and then eventually got there.
He went with the family. Yeah, he went with the family,
it was a family brunch.
He went with the family, but you got to give. Yeah, he went with the family.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
the family, you can drink whatever you want.
You say, okay, family, you have your mimosa. I'm gonna have a beer. That's all.
Well, beer eventually did happen, so I'll give you that. But
hey, Steve, I need a favor though, man.
What's up?
I need to do the same exact thing next Sunday for this win, bro. So just
Mimosas next Sunday.
Mimosas and beer, and make this shit happen again. Hey, Tyson, will y'all switch sides? Hey, listen, that's the new rule.
Do that every week.
Apparently, Judge just hit 62.
Did he?
Listen.
Oh wow, nice.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Future San Francisco Giant, Aaron Judge.
Primetime's such a hater. Let's go Marlins.
Let's go, man. But yeah, I mean, we said this the last time after the second week. Let's see if they can actually do something with Zach at the helm. I mean, I think he gained a ton of respect from what he did in the fourth quarter. You saw everybody, interrupting the post-game speech. And I really think that it proved to himself that, hey, I got confidence to lead a comeback for my team. So I'm excited to see what happens. But until we see 2 in a row, it's going to be hard to believe. But this time, let's say that we're going to do it.
Same way, bro.
What are your thoughts about the offensive line, man? That's been completely revamped. Looks like Elijah Vera Tucker is going to start left tackle again. Then you're going to have the right tackle. It could be Remmers, I'm guessing, at this point. What do you think? What's your level of confidence against a very aggressive Miami Dolphins defense?
I mean, I think if you leave the line the same, like ABT has a second consecutive week, he held up all right. So maybe gets even a little more comfortable. The right tackle, it's tough to say, but at the same time, I think, Zach's mobile enough where he's extending plays. Sometimes I still think he should throw the ball away a little quicker than he's doing. Like some plays are like, all right, you're really freaking me out here a little bit. Just get rid of it. There's no one open. But at the same time, obviously, if he picks up the blitz, you're going to be sending guys, and that's going to open up a lot of plays downfield. So it'll be interesting.
What are your thoughts on the production of the tight end group so far?
I mean, Uzama is there blocking, but he's just not there in the pass game right now. I mean, I'm just wondering if they're letting both sides of the ball evolve for a few weeks and see like, hey, like what's working, and then what can we implement once the guys start understanding more concepts. But I really thought you would see more 2 tight end sets at the same time on the field, not just 2 blockers at the same time, like have 2 legit receiving options. But even one thing that was weird, and I think these guys still were really clutch at big times. But I think sometimes like when Moore and Wilson are catching the ball, like they're going backwards. Like sometimes it's like, all right, you juke a couple guys out, but there was one pass that Elijah Moore went like 5 to 10 yards backwards. I'm just like, all right, I get that you have that ability to, but just keep going forward.
But
like,
you wonder if it's the scheme sometimes, because a lot of times when Garrett Wilson catches the ball, he's always 2 yards short of the marker, always. Like, are they relying on him being that good yards after catch and making a move to get those first downs, or is he cutting his route short? That's what I'm fascinated by.
Well, I think what Elijah Moore did when he ran backwards, I understand what he was trying to do, but he lost like 12 yards. You know what I'm saying? So like, he gained 30 and
he gained
like
most
10.
of it back, though. He
did.
Yeah, he did.
I think he thought he had room to cut across the whole field and take it to the house. That was the thing.
Hey, Steve, I got a question, though. So how do you feel about the safety play this week? You know what I'm saying? After the last couple of weeks of them playing so bad, like how do you feel about the way they played this week?
Obviously, it was great to see. I mean, no one expected either of them to show up like that. We all think Whitehead has way more potential than Joyner entering the game anyway, even though Whitehead has had a tough start to the year. But I think it's also better when you see, like, I feel like the corners were a lot more in man coverage, even in like a few zone schemes on defense, and play to their skill sets. And I think that's a little bit of an improvement on the coaching staff, where, like Saleh even said, like, usually we have corners that follow one side, but you saw us even in person switch sides. He was running, he was following guys in motion.
Yeah.
So I think that's a little bit of an improvement from the staff, but let's keep it up. But it's definitely a little more encouraging to see.
Well, Steve, thanks for calling, man. It's a lot. Glad you had a good time. Glad the Jets won for you, because I've been to Pittsburgh 3 times and they lost every time I've been there. So I knew walking out of there was a complete nightmare. So
you're definitely
you had a good experience.
Hey,
Yeah,
Steve, Mimosa Sunday, bro.
Glad you enjoyed
Mimosa
it, Steve.
Sunday.
Absolutely. We'll do it again. Take care, guys. Enjoy the game Sunday.
Have a good
All
night,
right,
man.
bye-bye.
See you, man.
That was funny when you mentioned mimosa, because primetime looked right at me. It's like, oh, let's not go down this path already.
I mean, he washed it down with a beer later on, so you give him some
Yeah,
credit.
so he had to.
He
Hey,
made
listen,
the
he went to
adjustment.
he might be with grandma or somebody, man. Come on, man. You know what I mean? So
Hey, man,
You can drink
sometimes you got to
whatever
step
you
your
want
game
with
up a little
family.
bit. All right, we're going to go to our good friend Bubs. What's up, man?
How's it going?
Bubs.
Thanks for
What's
having me
up,
on.
OG?
What's up, Bubs?
Yeah, Judge just hit number 62.
Which is
Oh,
freaking
that's
awesome,
amazing,
man.
bro.
I'm so glad he was
Yeah.
and tied with
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes,
It was
sir.
a nice shot, too. It was left field.
Good for him.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So first of all, before we get started, how's your podcast going?
It's going good. Going good.
You enjoying it? Are you enjoying the process? Are you learning anything?
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm just continuing to upload and stuff, and it's been a lot of fun. So
Here's a question:
yeah.
Do you interact with your subscribers? If they tweet and stuff, do you answer tweets and stuff like that and go back and forth?
I'm not there yet.
Yeah, I noticed.
I'm only
Take
at
the
what?
heat, man. Take the
I
heat,
think
bro.
29 followers. I think.
Well, that's
You
why.
gotta interact with people, man. Get out
Yeah.
there and tweet back and stuff like that.
It
Those
was pretty
29
cool,
should be your
though.
best friends.
A week ago, I had Jake Asman on, so that was pretty cool.
Look at you,
Whoa.
celebrity now.
Bubs,
Pull out
yes,
the
sir.
big
Yes,
guns
sir.
now.
Bubs
Whoa.
getting names, baby.
Damn.
Dropping names,
Wait,
baby.
hold on, but Tyron, you know what? He goes and gets Jake. Does he have me on? Does he have you on? Does he have Kevin on? No.
man.
I
He brings
never
on
got an
Jake.
invite.
Jake is the big guest he gets.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow.
My feelings are
Well,
hurt right now, Bubs.
That's all right then.
Work,
This
bro.
call's gonna be quite short, though, so you better hurry up.
Glad you put him in the 2 spot tonight.
Yeah, drop me in the order.
So what are your thoughts on the way Zach Wilson played on Sunday?
Yeah, I was really pleased with the way he played, especially late. Stepping up late in the game with, in the fourth quarter specifically. I think it was good to see him. He played well kind of first, momentum, energy, all that stuff, and then he kind of stalled a little bit. Steelers gaining the energy from Pickett and all that in the second half. But I think it was good. I think it's more positive to see him play well late. Kind of a sign that the rust is getting knocked off a little bit late in the game, than him play well early than struggle late. So I think that was good to see. But I was happy. I mean, again, on the road, tough environment. That stadium was going crazy, like Steve said. I mean, he was there, so he obviously knows firsthand. But the stadium was going nuts on TV with Pickett and the energy that he brought. It kind of felt like maybe it was going to be the Baker Mayfield game all over again. But the defense, you got to give credit to the defense too. They absorbed some blows. So they stepped up. Najee Harris, I mean, he only had like 20 or 70 yards, I think. 14,
Yep.
what was it? 14 carries or something, 70 yards. So we did a good job containing him. Pickens really didn't get much involved, who's been their most, kind of targeted receiver going in. So
and they seem to get sacks at a big time too. They're they do that the last 2 weeks,
Yeah, I think too with sacks, like other than the dumb penalty, which was bad by Carl Lawson.
Mosley or Lawson?
Yeah, Lawson. The one before halftime, which they ended up getting the field goal. I thought he played pretty well outside of that. Like I thought he stepped up, played well. I thought that was probably his best game of the season outside of I thought that was good outside of the one penalty. I thought he played pretty well. I thought he looked more explosive, but again, like you guys mentioned, it's just good to see the young players stepping up. It's not like this is like Josh McCown, Isaiah Crowell, and Jermaine Kearse making plays. Like it's Breece Hall, it's Zach Wilson, Elijah Moore. I would have liked to see him get involved a little bit more in the second half. Like it seemed like him and Wilson had that connection in the first half. It kind of like faded a little bit in the second half. I don't even know if he really got involved much. Yeah, Corey Davis, who I think had his best game as a Jet. I mean, maybe the Tennessee game last year, if anything, when he caught that long touchdown from Wilson. But
these were
just clutch catches.
Those last two drives were clutch.
He had some really big catches. You know what I'm saying? Really big catches. Hey, Bob, I had a question about how do you feel about CJ Mosley in coverage? But that's the only complaint I really got on defense. Like, how do you feel with him struggling in coverage the way he's been struggling in coverage?
Yeah, it hasn't been good. Like, it's weird. It's like this soft stuff with him sometimes where it's just like the underneath stuff goes and then like, I don't know. I don't know if it's age. I don't know what it is. I don't know. I mean, I'm not overly concerned with him. The coverage hasn't been good. Luckily, the corners have been good. Reed and Sauce last week played great.
Yeah, but what do you attribute the run defense when it seems like it's struggling? It seems like the linebackers are just getting blown off the ball. It's like like Quentin Williams is playing phenomenal. Like they're doing a lot of good things there, but then it's like the linebackers just seem like I don't know if it's just is it scheme? Are they slow? Are they not physical enough? Like even like Quan made some nice plays at points, but other than that, it's like I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's interesting. What were you gonna say? Oh, no, yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But I feel like in a way, the run defense could be contributed to. Like JFM, I don't know. He hasn't made much of an impact, I feel like, yet. I mean, maybe it's just me from what I'm watching, but it feels like he's just getting beat at times. I feel like if he can if he can start making more plays, like if he can start winning his one-on-ones more, like that could open up a lot. But, I mean, Quinnen's been the big one on the offensive line. I mean, the linebackers took a little bit of a hit with Quincy going down, but he wasn't – I mean, he's not a Aaron Shush. I mean, Quincy's a little bit like a kind of just like a jolt of energy. Like he'll make a big play, infuse some energy into the team.
Marcel Harris made a few tackles too. I think him and Quan each had like 7 tackles.
Quan lays some big hits.
Yeah, he does, bro. Don't he, bro? Listen, isn't Quan better in coverage? So wouldn't you think they would use Quan more in coverage than Mosley? I just think that Mosley, like, it scares me, like, going into the old season. Like, he's going to be exposed because he's on tape. Like, every time, like, every catch with the tight end or receiver, running back that he was with, they caught, they caught patches on him. That was easy, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it was effortless. So, I don't like that. It scared me a little bit.
Bubs, did you agree with the decision to move AVT over from guard to tackle?
To be honest, when the game happened, like, I didn't even have much time to digest it, but kind of looking back on it, I mean, I like the way the Jets did it. Like, they covered it up. And with all the media blunders that they've had this year, like,
that was dope.
If you would have, like, if you would have told me this would have happened, like, at the beginning of the year, he would have gotten moved to left tackle, I would have probably said, like, it would have been something, like, crazy where they say something and then, like, they do it or whatever. It's just, like, I liked how they covered it up. Like, I mean, do I like the move? I mean, I don't know. I like him at guard, but he didn't play bad. I mean, he got beat once, which was that one play. But I mean, the offensive line.
But it gets interesting now, though, because now, because now it's like he played well last week. He's going to start there this week. If he strings a series of games along where he's playing very well left tackle, why exactly are we moving him? because the goal is you want to anchor left tackle.
Yep.
If he's that guy, then guess what? Keep him there. Like
And
what?
I think that's part of why they're doing this experiment now. Get a look at him there, see if he can actually handle being a franchise left tackle, because clearly that's a need right now.
And you know what's so crazy? He actually looked really good there. He looked really comfortable and fluid.
He's athletic. He's a good run blocker.
Yeah. The problem that I had though is like, okay, you secure the left side, but then you make the right side weak as hell. Like
the
it's
middle
just like
they couldn't run up the middle at all.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Prime time. So I was like, man, it's like you fix one problem, but you create another problem. You know what I'm saying? So
well, that's what we said when the game first started. We're like, all right, we thought that having AVT on the right side was like, all right, you have continuity there. You have continuity. Yeah. Now you're moving in. Your right side's completely reshuffled. Then Max Mitchell goes down. You're like, what in the hell? But now it's like, it's intriguing because it literally, you're looking for an anchor in your left tackle. You want to get a left tackle. You're next to Brickashaw Ferguson for the next 15 years or 10 years, whatever it is. If he's playing this good, he's a phenomenal athlete, excellent character, stays healthy, all this shit. Why move him off? Like seriously, because like George Fant's may not come back next year because we don't know what he's going to do. Yeah. Can't count on Becton. Dwayne Brown's not the long-term answer. Mm-hmm. Why not?
And I think, like you mentioned with Dwayne Brown, I think some of it might be the Jets don't feel Dwayne Brown's going to be back either this season or anytime soon. That's kind of why they made the move, possibly.
He's eligible to come back.
Eligible. He's eligible. I think him and Vinny Curry, who we haven't really heard from. I think Samini asked the question. I don't know. I mean, I don't really.
Vinny Curry should never see the field. After what Bryce Huff did on Sunday,
there's
no reason for Vinny Curry to ever play.
He's got to play.
And you got to give Tyson credit because Tyson been yelling for Vinny Curry all season, bro. Like you've been yelling for him all season, yo.
For Vinny Curry?
For Bryce Huff.
No, Bryce Huff. And the funny part about it is Huff in 2 games he played, right? He has more pressures than the whole defense, bro. That's crazy.
Dude, but it wasn't rocket science. Like I think every Jet fan was like, the pass rush is struggling. This guy is relentless, man. He's explosive, he's relentless. He adds a good dynamic to his defense that doesn't seem to make, it's like it helped Carl Lawson, helped everybody. Even Jermaine Johnson's doing some good things, which is cool.
He has, I'm gonna tell you this too. And with the Quinn
back to back home runs for the Mets to start. Go ahead.
And what they're doing, what they're doing with Quinn is they're doing stunts. I mean, you know what I'm saying? They're doing stuff, and I love that because they're getting him on the outside. He's coming around the edge, bro. Mm-hmm. He's looking really good out there, bro. It's his best season I've seen him play.
Yeah, but I understand why they weren't playing Huff, but guess what? They weren't stopping the run when he wasn't in the game either. Exactly. It's like he's clearly an impact player. Don't leave impact players on the inactive list. That doesn't make any sense to me. You find ways to figure this shit out.
And they dress more than enough defensive linemen too. I mean,
exactly.
Jacob Martin, he's done shit. So why is he still?
Jacob Martin's done nothing.
Nothing, bro, nothing. And I thought he was going to be a big time acquisition, but he's done nothing, bro, nothing.
So, Bubs, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Yep, thanks for having me on.
And if you need a celebrity, Tyrone's available, dude. So you just ask him.
Hey, Bub, look for you.
I don't know if Bubs can afford Tyrone.
Man. Listen, Bub, listen.
That is very true.
First 2 interviews are free, man. Anything after that, you
2. Wow.
All right? I love Bubs, man. Bubs my guy, man.
The funny thing is, like, we promoted Bubs before anybody else did, and we don't get asked to go on the show. Isn't that some shit?
I'm just saying,
this is the typical kick in the ass we get here.
When you start
and they call us divas. They call us divas, right?
When you start being a superstar like that, that's what happens when Bubs, you know what I'm saying? When you start being a superstar, that's what happens, man. He's that guy now.
Yeah. Well, I figured I would definitely reach out, but
it doesn't matter what you think.
Tyson is back, baby.
Oh shit!
Bubs, man. Shit.
Let's go to Mr. Victory Monday. What's up, Steve?
What's up, guys?
What's up, Steve?
Like the shirt. I wear this tonight since I wore this on Sunday. Support for you guys for tonight.
Did you wash it?
No, you didn't.
Yeah.
I like that shirt, man. It looks good on you.
Thank you very much. Let me tell you something right now. First off, I want to say hello to everyone in the chat. I know I said earlier, especially to Big Bird and Elmo. I wonder who's gonna be the next Muppet that's gonna be on next.
Holy shit.
No, and also congrats to Aaron Judge, home run number 62. He finally did it. I was rooting for him. As a Yankee fan, I'm happy for him. So let me tell you something. Going through this game, when I saw that Bryce Huff was finally active, I said to myself, you know what? This is going to finally help our pass rush. And look at what happened on Sunday when Bryce Huff came was in this game. He was helping on the run game. It helped him on the pass rush. We were getting to the quarterback, Lawson.
How many snaps did he play, Kevin?
Huff?
Yes.
9.
Well,
so he did all that in 9. He did all that in 9 snaps, huh?
This is good.
No, but
I'm just asking. That's a lot for 9 plays. I mean, you'd think he changed the entire game.
I mean, he did have a good game, though.
No, but let me tell you, when Pickett came into the game on Sunday, I was saying to myself, oh my God, is this going to be
There's so many jokes. Go ahead. Never mind.
Baker Mayfield all over again? Is it going to be Baker Mayfield all over again from 2018? I was getting so nervous about that, but
what was your favorite pick from the defense? I'll pick it. What was your favorite pick from the defense? I'll pick it.
Probably the white. Tyrone, you okay?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, just ignore him.
Hang on, I just got to make sure Tyrone's okay.
Yeah, he's good. He probably just
good.
Which one was it? Was it the Whitehead pick?
No,
Joyner had 2 picks.
Carter the second. When Saul Gardner made that play on Fryermuth, Gardner's pick was not Gardner, Michael Carter the second.
That was a clutch pick at the end too. That gave him a chance to win it.
And then I liked what Wilson said. You know what? We're getting the ball back. We're gonna fucking score. And I like what Breece Hall said after the game. That Zach's got balls and says we're going for it down the field. And let me tell you, I watched the stream live from YouTube when Breece Hall scored, and let me tell you something. That was funny because I love that picture from someone on Twitter when you guys. It was literally like this. Whoever put that picture.
Oh, Matthew,
Twitter, like this, dude. That was a classic. I'm gonna say that was a classic.
Yeah, that was good.
But let me tell you something. That was a great win on Sunday. Great win on Sunday.
No, they dug in. They never gave up, man.
So what's your evaluation of Zach Wilson as he moves forward? What does he have to work on?
He's got to work on not playing because I mean, towards the end of the first half, when he tried to throw that deep ball, he tried to play hero ball. Listen, no more trying to play hero ball. Try to do like those easy plays, like what he did in the fourth quarter. Like don't try to go for the deep coverage. Don't try to play hero ball. Got to play the easy way. Get the ball down the field, take some time off the clock. That's what we did. That's what he's got to do.
How concerned are you with the state of the offensive line right now?
Listen, offensive line, if I had to say something. Hang on. Kevin, I'm sorry. It's just, I'm enjoying Tyrone laughing. Hang on, I'm sorry. I'm watching Tyrone laugh is hysterical.
Oh, man.
Glad you guys are friends again.
No, but I mean, the situation with Dwayne Brown, I don't know what the situation's gonna be, but Vera Tucker playing on the left side though, like I was shocked about that too. But he played well, and I liked how the coaches went to him on last Tuesday and said to him, "We want you to play at the left tackle position. Can you do it?" And he goes, "Yeah, I'll do it."
He picked that up quick, man.
And he did. And listen, thank God Max Mitchell's injury is not season-ending, though, because I thought at first when he got hurt towards the end of the first half, I thought it was a season-ending injury. Okay. When I heard that he got carted off, I was like, oh, shit. Another offensive lineman down.
Yep.
Hey, Steve,
the offensive line cannot take a break. Hey, Tyrone, you got a question.
Yeah, how do you feel about that C.J. Mosley interception?
C.J. Mosley?
Yeah.
He had no interception.
Okay, I was just checking. I was making sure.
What the hell are we doing here?
Wait, Tyrone, what are you doing?
Is that a test?
I was just checking, bro.
Is that a test question?
Yeah, it's a test question. Just checking.
He made a dumb penalty. How about that?
That is very true.
Yeah.
He made a dumb penalty.
So, Steve, let me ask you a question. With them moving AVT to the left side, how do you feel about the weakness on the right side, especially with Mitchell being hurt? How do you feel about that? What do you think about that?
You know, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen on the. I don't know what's gonna happen on the right side. I mean, my worst fear is that we may have to watch what's his fucking name, McDermott, who sucks.
He sucks, bro. He is the worst.
Yeah, but it could be Remmers though.
Ever.
It could be the guy they signed though.
Yeah, it could be him. Listen, I'd rather have the guy who we just signed just a week ago play the right side instead of what's his fucking name?
Two guys, right?
I wouldn't want to see him. He is
a left tackle.
He is the worst offensive lineman I've ever seen play.
ABT could play right tackle too, I'm sure.
Yeah, we could. We'll get.
How do you be on this team 3 years, man, and you haven't improved as a tackle in 3 years, man? Like, he is horrible, man. He is horrible. Every time I see him come in the game, man, I just start to cringe, bro.
We got a question for you, Steve. That we didn't. What is your? Or is it? No, that's not it. Hold on, we missed it. Oh, right here. What's your favorite color, M&M?
What's my favorite color? What the? I don't know. Every M&M tastes the same.
But what's your favorite color? Is like the color that you like when you eat them?
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me. Every M&M tastes the same.
Okay. There's not one that when you open the bag up and you lay them all on the table, there's not like one color you pick out first to eat first?
No, it doesn't matter.
I mean, the right answer would be the green one.
I mean, that's usually people say green, but that's,
If you're on a jet show, you could say
that's
green. But
green would be the right one.
I mean, we're just trying to help you here. Well, Steve, are you going to the game on Sunday?
This game, no, I'm actually going to be away this weekend.
Oh, nice.
Away. So, but I will definitely be watching the game on TV. Listen, guys, get that stadium rocking. Be it with a bunch of those.
Are you going away on vacation?
I'm visiting buddies from school.
Oh, awesome! Have a good time, dude. Are you gonna watch the game, or are you gonna just?
I'll be watching the game. Definitely be watching the game.
Have a great weekend, man.
Hey, have a great weekend, Stephen. Enjoy yourself, bro.
Thank you, guys. Good night.
Enjoy, man.
Prime time. I hate you.
What did I do?
That question.
I spit my whole.
I just wanted his evaluation on the defense.
My legs are wet right now.
Dude, I have like teardrops on my shirt. I was laughing so hard.
Tyson, man, didn't you put it in the chat, bro? I was done, bro.
But it's like the thing is, like, you start to laugh, and then once you take a little glimpse at the chat and you see all the comments, there's no way to survive. There's no turning back. Then it's over.
Nope.
It's no survival. We're gonna go to Charles. What's up, man?
Hello, Tyson.
How you doing, man?
What's up,
Pleasure to finally meet you.
You as well. Where are you from?
I'm from New Jersey.
What part?
Woodbridge Township.
Oh, there you go. Nice. There's a good pizzeria up there. You ever go to Pino's Pizza on Main Street?
Yes, I have. I've been there. My father knew. That's my brother. Don't mind him.
That's okay.
My father, excuse me. He knew the owner Pino when he was 18.
There you go.
We went to Menlo's Pizza. He went to Menlo's Pizza with my late grandfather. We know the owner, the current owners, the daughter and her husband. They're very lovely people. Yeah, by the way, the husband is a Buffalo Bills fan.
I know. Mark Henry, I'm a good friend of mine.
Holy shit! What's your Tyson Rouch?
Yes, sir. I know Mark very well. We talk all the time.
I'll ask him about you.
Absolutely, man. Tell him go Jets for me. He'll laugh.
There were a couple of times his wife Christina, who's a sweetheart of a woman.
Awesome. Yep.
He asked me if I can come over to his house to watch the Bills games. I'm like, I don't know. I gotta ask my parents.
The really cool thing about Mark, he's an incredible Bills fan. He knows every stat, every facet, but he also studies every other team too. He knows the Jets inside and out, the Dolphins. He knows the NFL. He knows draft prospects. He is a very, very knowledgeable football fan, man.
And you know what? Speaking of the Bills, they have the Steelers next week and this upcoming Sunday, and Kenny Pickett starting.
Yep.
So, I mean, I picked the Bills to win, but let's see what the kid does because I know we beat the Steelers. I know the kid threw 3 interceptions, which were his only incompletions. Yep. But what he did, I thought, was enough to say, hey, this kid has some promise in this league. When he came onto the field, the Steelers offense was energized. Because Mitch Trubisky, yes, sir?
I just want to say one thing to you, man. Leslie Frazier. This kid don't got a chance in hell, bro.
Leslie Frazier's a great defensive coordinator.
He's one of the most underrated defensive coordinators in this league, and that's why Buffalo is the team that they are right now.
Yep.
When I tell you, if
I
I
don't
was
know
Mike
about
Tomlin,
he's underrated.
Listen. If you think Pittsburgh is going to have a chance in Buffalo with their defense, bro, this kid's about to see shit.
Well, the only thing, Tyrone, their defense is decimated by injuries right now. Their whole secondary is destroyed with injuries.
But Tyson, it doesn't matter, bro.
He's gonna blitz the shit out of him.
Right. He's
Their
gonna throw
offensive
looks at
line
this
is
kid.
horrible, the Steelers.
Absolutely. In Buffalo, listen, and Buffalo front four will get after you. So listen, you
My
know
man Von Miller, GQ.
Yeah, they're all right. But fuck the Bills. This is a Jet show. Let's get
Yep.
popping,
Oh,
baby.
come on,
How
now.
you feeling? Monday. Yo, it's Happy Tuesday, man.
It's Victory Tuesday for us. That's
Yes,
right.
sir.
But with all
Absolutely.
seriousness, though, I will say this. I was on with Kevin last week.
Did you enjoy it? Was he nice to you?
Of course he was. Why wouldn't
Okay,
he
I'm
be?
just making sure. We got to check on
me?
Kevin once in a while. He
You-
gets
you-
nasty
you
with
don't
people.
You don't remember the
He's
black
kinda
guy?
angry
I
lately.
was here too. I was here too. But it's cool.
I always
These guys
treat
are
all
nice
our
guys. So that's
guests
all that
well.
matters to me.
Kevin's been angry the last like 3 weeks. The Mets are falling apart. He's had a tough time.
Well, they won today in the first of doubleheader, and they're winning tonight. So that's all fucking
Still probably
matters.
not going to matter. Braves are winning.
That's it.
We'll see what happens.
And they choked this weekend, so
Yeah, I was very sorry. I was
You
very.
guys have the
upset
same
about
win
that.
total as us. Can't talk shit.
NL East on the line. They got swept. Whoop, out they go.
There's nobody as good as the Braves in the.
I still say the Mets have a better team because they have a good manager in Buck Showalter.
Exactly.
So what did you think about Zach Wilson's play, man?
I will say this. I was joking when I said he's going to be hunting for MILFs in Pittsburgh after he won.
Hate you, balls.
Okay.
But first and foremost, even though his stats wasn't great, I thought he showed poise, he showed maturity, and I will give credit to the coaching staff. And I was very vocal about the coaching staff last week. I said I like the attitude, I like their mindset. It just comes down to consistency of the execution. And I thought the Jets showed up ready to play on Sunday versus the Steelers, and they didn't give up on their game plan. And Robert Saleh, and I got to give him some love for him to go to arguably his best offensive lineman and say, hey, can you play left tackle?
Yep.
And Elijah, to me, he was the fucking MVP of the whole fucking game. Because if Connor McDermott played left tackle, oh my goodness, Zach Wilson would be running for his motherfucking life. Be like, oh, Mama, help me. It's a bad man again. No.
But you gotta give Saleh credit for a lot of things, though. You have the Vera Tucker move, but also in the fourth quarter, he went for it on fourth down.
That was
no
kick
the field goal. But also his time management and game management is much better than it was. Like he worked the clock smart. He handled it. He was very efficient, which is something that he didn't do last year.
Yeah, but what I was
He
also
did.
impressed with was what also pisses me off, and I gotta criticize Mike LaFleur for this one. Stop with the shotgun handoffs. Do the regular traditional handoffs. Go up behind the center's ass, give the ball to the running back, and let him run right up the fucking middle.
But I
Thank
think
you,
also,
Stream, that I'm speaking the truth. Thank you very much. I will.
but I think also they're worried about the offensive line getting dominated at the line of scrimmage and they're buying some time to at least not get killed too.
Well, I will say this about the offensive line. Connor McDermott, I think, needs to play better. I'm not saying he's bad, but I think he needs to play better.
You can tell he's bad.
Charles, can you gritty? That wasn't very nice, Charles. I gotta teach you to be nice. Fuck you, Elmo.
Don't say that to Elmo, man.
Whoa.
I used to
Elmo-
like Elmo as a
Elmo's
kid.
a very
Elmo-
respected
Elmo-
You
member
have
of our
no
community.
clue. Elmo will be on your ass.
You don't
all
want
night,
an angry Elmo, man. I'm telling you right now. It's not
I
good.
used to be a fan of Elmo, not anymore. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's not going to end well for you.
I'll take my chances.
He's gonna start trolling you now.
I'll take my bring it.
He's
Bring it.
got
I'm
burners.
used to being
He's
trolled.
got
Charles,
burner accounts too.
Charles, I do got a question though, Charles. So listen, at the end of the first half was Zach did the interception, and then lost it with that big mistake. Did it scare you that that 3 points was come back and bite us in the ass? Because I really thought that
actually
it was
6
going to come
points.
back. You know what I'm saying? To really bite us in the ass. Like, no, I'm saying that the 3 that just get that field goal. The 15
Yeah, but
yards.
you figure the Carl Lawson
The
thing.
swing though of 6.
Yeah, you got
Yeah.
geez,
To be
you got 3.
honest,
Good.
I was a bit concerned, but to me, as I said, I was impressed. I mean, we scored freaking points, and we scored a freaking. Did we score a touchdown the first quarter, or was it the second quarter?
Oh boy. Prime time.
I think it was the second quarter.
Thought it was
My
the start of the
apologies.
second, right?
Yeah, it was the second
It
quarter.
was 3-0 after the first.
It was 3-0 in the first
Yeah.
quarter, and then they just scored 7 in the second. Anyway, my apologies.
Uh-oh.
But this one,
The offensive line showed grit to me. Nate Herbig, I thought, played well at right guard. Connor McDermott surprisingly played better at right tackle, although we all have to admit this, he still sucks. Laken Tomlinson, I think, since the Ravens game, has played a lot better. Still hasn't been great, but he's played better in my opinion.
Better as opposed to his contract?
Nah, he's giving some pressures, man. He's been. If you notice, if you really pay attention to what he's doing in the game, yeah, he's getting bull rush. He's struggling with the bull rush. I think he gave about 4 or 5 big pressures.
Charles didn't watch till the 4th, dude. I watched the game, guys. I watched the game. Sometimes my memory fails me. Don't ask me why. I pay attention to so much other shit. But
that tends to happen when you watch this team. You typically try to forget a lot of what you see.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not saying he hasn't lived up to his contract. I'm not saying he's lived up to his contract, but he.
Keep going, man. You can't watch the chat. They're just gonna keep attacking now.
Elmo is
take my chances, man. I've been trolled before. Trust me.
Distracted easily. Don't show it.
I mean, obviously he hasn't played great, but I mean, if you look against the ring, he gave between 8 to 10 pressures.
But look at what he's being paid. Look what he's being brought here to do, and has he been providing that? And I'm guessing he hasn't. Now you could say, you know what, they changed left tackle next to him. Maybe he's got to get adjusted again, but it, you know.
Well, I think obviously he was a good player with the 49ers. Played next to, in my opinion, a future Hall of Fame left tackle in Trent Williams.
Damn right on that one.
I'm a huge fan of Trent Williams. I wanted the fucking Jets to get him in 2019. Thanks, Mike McCagnon. But with all due respect, I think he will get better as the season goes on.
I'd hope so.
I don't think I mean, I hope so too, but you know, what I will say is that young man Breece Hall, the more I watch him, the more he reminds me of Frank Gore in his prime. Remember how good Frank Gore was in his prime?
Frank Gore is bigger though.
Yeah, but he has a bit of a pop. He has a little bit of speed. He has a little bit of.
So does prime time. I don't call him Frank Gore.
Even Gore during his prime, he didn't have the kind of speed that Breece Hall did.
That's true, but he kind of reminds me of that a little bit. But then again, what the hell do I know?
I'm more of an LT type. He kind of reminds me of LT, just that silky smooth.
But the only thing with Breece Hall is he's got to clean up his hands, man. He's got to be much more better as a pass catcher.
He was a pretty decent pass catcher in college, but the thing is, they mostly ran the football with Breece Hall at Iowa State.
Yeah, now he's got Zach throwing missiles at his face.
Yeah. Oh, bro, that shit was who was gonna catch that shit, bro? That was a cannon, bro.
Who was that? What are you talking about, Zach Wilson?
Yeah.
He zipped.
Zach Wilson's got a freaking arm, though. You see that throw he made to Corey Davis? That was
Charles, thanks for calling in, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, Tyson. I'll tell Mark about you.
Yeah, tell him I said go Jets. I'll talk to you later.
Later, man.
Yeah, Mark.
He gotta take some off them passes though, bro. Just them short ones, bro.
Especially the short ones.
Yes, man. That damn zip, bro. Come on, man.
All right, we will go to our good friend Jets Unleashed.
How you guys doing on this wonderful Victory Tuesday, guys?
We're doing great. How you doing, man?
Dude, I'm excited, man, dude. When we were down by 10, dude, I was like, at Buffalo Wild Wings, man, it just sucked, man. Just seeing us just unable to being beat like that. But you know what? We're able to come back, and I'm excited. You know, Davis actually made some clutch plays and actually is getting paid for what he actually has been playing. So I'm very high on that. I'm happy. Hopefully, it could be. Hopefully, he can continue that, especially going into next week.
What were your thoughts on Wilson's play prior to the fourth quarter and then after his 10 of 12 2-touchdown drives?
He was pretty well. Again, there was some plays where he made mistakes, but he helped. The one where they did the trick play when he gave it to Collar, threw it back to Wilson, and then hi Elmo, it's good to see you. Anyway,
that's a smart move. That's a smart move. Everybody be nice to Elmo, and everything will be fine. You turn on Elmo, Big Bird, bad things are gonna happen.
Right, but Wilson was able to pick up the ball and throw it out of bounds. That was a small move by him. I gotta admit that. But he just gotta clean up some stuff. Again, he threw the first pick. It was on him. I gotta give him that. But the second one, Coughlin should have caught that. Like, come on, man. Yeah. You can't. There's no excuse for that. That cost us.
But that's the one thing on Conklin, though. It's like Conklin does, like, he makes those big plays in like the fourth quarter, had that big catch and the run after the catch. But then he has these mind-numbing. It's either a drop, a fumble, that one going off his hands. It's just like
for every two he gives you, he takes one away.
Yeah, always. Yeah. In prime time, you were like, "Yo, that was super high." It was not high prime time. You should have caught that, bro.
No, it was definitely it was right off his head.
I know because Tyson kept asking for the replay, and I'm sitting there I'm sitting there watching it. And I'm like, yo, nah.
Well, CBS broadcast sucks, dude. You can't see shit.
See, on my, I wasn't watching on the Direct TV, so they actually replayed it again and stuff. But listen, the most important question is how you gonna rate Zach's Gritty? How you think he did, man? I'm gonna give him a 10. He was getting it. My man was.
Well, he got a 9 from Justin Jefferson, didn't he?
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a 10.
I'll go 9.2. 9.2.
I give him
injury. If he was fully healthy, like a few weeks under his belt, he probably breaks it down a little bit more. But
hey, but yo, it was dope how Barrios. It was dope how Barrios came in though, right? I was like, yeah, that shit was dope as shit though. Hey, I was hyped as fuck with that, bro. I was hyped.
What'd you think about Marcus Joyner's play, man? He had a career game.
Exactly. It's good to see he actually doing good, and great and helped us win. And one thing with the flags were ridiculous. The one against Mosley, and then when Collar got that picked, the guy behind him just hit him, and yet they didn't call that flag even though he was down on contact. Just some of it was a little nitpicky against us, man. It just but we need to be more more disciplined.
Mosley one, he's just got to be smarter. I mean, the guy was down already, and he drove him into the ground like a second late. I mean, you just got to pull up on that one.
But they seem like they have 2 or 3 doses a week now. That's the sad thing.
Yep. And they're all veterans, like we were saying during the stream.
Yep.
It's Lawson, it's Davis, Marcel Harris. Like it's all veterans that are doing this shit.
But let me ask you a question though. Like, so listen, and I want to play devil's advocate here for a second. Like, if Zach went through that interception and we go up 13-3 at halftime, like that's the problem I'm having. Like those kind of mistakes could have cost us the game. You know what I'm saying? Even though we got the win and I'm excited about it, but those little mistakes need to be cleaned up. You know what I'm saying?
Of course. But that's good.
Oh, go ahead, Tossin. Go ahead,
man. You're good. No, you're the caller.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say even when Wilson threw that, if Lawson didn't make that foul of the passing hitting the QB, they would have had no points. It would have been It would have been the halftime, and we would be last at 3. So we'll be in a better position. Our team just gotta be better disciplined. Again, this game was a lot closer than it should have been. We just gotta be more disciplined. That's the name of the game.
But that's coaching, though. That, you know what I'm saying? That's situational football. I'm like, look, no matter what, don't turn the ball over. We go up 13-3. You know what I'm saying? Coming out the half, we get the ball. You know
that
what
shit pissed me off to no end, man. Because you had that, and then the Carl Lawson penalty. Like, you gave away.
Absolutely.
You could have scored 3, and you gave away 3. It's a 6-point swing.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely. That could have been. And Tyson, and I said in the chat, that could be the cost of the game. Yep. We came back and did our thing, and I'm excited about that. But that's scary, bro.
Completely swung momentum.
Yeah, it did swing momentum. And the thing is, like, you can get away with this against teams like Pittsburgh that was struggling with their quarterback. They weren't playing well. You play higher level teams like Miami's a much better team. Buffalo, you're not going to get away with shit like that. There's no way.
You're not gonna win games like that. That's what I'm saying. Like, I know it's Victory Tuesday and we all happy. Well, let's clean up those type of things to become a good football team. Because a good football team wants to go up 13. You know what I'm saying? 3.
What? And next week, dude. If I'm scared a little bit because I've seen Skylar, the Dolphins' third QB. If Teddy Bridgewater doesn't come out and do good, and they switch him out, I'm very concerned of him because in the preseason that guy was lighting it up with the first team.
A good quarterback, man.
Yeah.
Bridgewater's got a lot of weapons. He can throw the ball around.
Yeah,
exactly. So hopefully we don't get to that situation where they bench Teddy and then have that situation again because that would.
I hope they have to bench Teddy.
Yeah.
Huh?
Dude, I hope they have to bench Teddy.
That means
he's a good quarterback, man.
I don't know. That 7-round pick, man. He's been looking good every time he steps on the field. I'm worried for him.
Strebler looked good in the preseason too.
I mean, Primetime looks good in the parking lot. When he's throwing the ball. We know he sucks.
I'm throwing missiles in the parking lot.
Have a good night, man. Thanks for calling in.
Have a good night, bro.
You too, guys. Let's go Jets. 3-2.
This chat, man. I am completely distracted by all of them now. I can't stop reading their shit, man. It's funny as hell.
I got a serious question though. Are they sitting Tua because they're playing us? They're playing somebody real when he plays.
They have to sit Tua. After all the attention that was brought to
choice, dude.
Playing him too early.
He's gonna be out a couple of weeks, man.
Yeah.
They're
gonna play this extra safe now.
That's like, Tyrod Taylor's gonna be out for a couple of weeks too. With the Giants, he'll be out because everybody's gonna take. This is the way it should be. It should be a cautious approach, man. It's head trauma. That's
But man, did you see his fingers and shit though, bro? That junk was scary, bro. Like
bro,
that's scary.
like, listen, I know he's a Dolphins quarterback and shit like that, dude. I hate seeing that kind of stuff, man, because you want to see, like, you worry about life after football, man. This is a game. This is our entertainment. This is their life. This is, like, dude, you don't want to see him 5 years from now. Not, you have to stay in dark rooms. You can't put lights on and shit like that. That's scary stuff, man. So
if we're gonna beat Miami, we want to beat the best of the best anyway, man.
Absolutely.
So I feel you.
I feel bad for him because he was playing well too, man. Like he was playing the best of his career right there, and that's just he'll be out for a couple weeks. So we'll go to what's we got here. There's somebody. We can't bring. We can. I guess we can. Do we want to go here now, or you want to? I'll ask prime time.
Might as well.
All right.
Get it over with.
What's up, man?
Before we begin, I got because it's still Hispanic Heritage Month on Puerto Rico. I'm gonna say a few words Spanish.
Why?
Don't worry.
Why do we need to do that?
Te dije. I told you. Everybody else on this live stream, except for Darren, the Browns fan in Australia, was all pessimistic last week. Of doom and gloom. The Steelers are gonna put 30 on us. We're gonna put 30-3. Everybody was pessimistic.
Vinny. When you predict a win every single week, you don't get to call back in and say, I told you so, when the team actually gets it done.
I'm enjoying
2-2 is nice. We're all enjoying it, but I think we all said the same thing. Ugly, competitive, close game, and they pulled it out.
Well, I want to ask them some questions. Did you predict that Vera Tucker was going to play left tackle?
I didn't see it coming, but look, what I said
No, just answer the question. It's a simple question. Did you predict that?
No.
Did you predict that LaMarcus Joyner is going to have 2 interceptions?
No, I'm going to tell you what I thought. All right, can I?
Let's hear.
Didn't you say last week that LaMarcus Joyner should never see the field again?
That's what he said. Yes. So let's see. What else did you predict here? Let's hear it.
Can I talk?
Well, it's actually our show. We talk first, then you can talk.
All right, fine.
So go ahead. Now, let's hear what you predicted and see how accurate you are.
I really told you. This is what I was talking about. I said the Steelers were going to come in. They were not going to respect the Jets, and they're not going to show up. They did not show up until they got desperate, and they put Kenny Pickett in there, and then that's when they finally show up.
So, what was the score at the end of the first quarter?
I remember that was 10-6.
Good job.
That's halftime.
Oh, no, 10. Then it was 10-3.
No, the end of the first quarter was 3-0, correct?
10-0. Sorry, I just look.
So but you're saying they didn't show up, but the score was ridiculously close throughout the first half. So what is it? What's not showing up? The only person that was struggling was Trubisky. Everything else was fine.
Really? You mean the Steelers? Everyone said Steelers defense was going to stack like a dozen times. Only got stacked.
But everybody also assumed that Connor McDermott was going to be the left tackle, though. Correct?
I guess you could say correct. But look, here's the thing.
You guess. That's a fucking fact, bro. We know Connor McDermott sucks. We all thought he was going to be a left tackle. If he was going to be a left tackle, he was going to get his ass kicked. Even the Jets knew that. So all of us assumed that was going to happen. Correct? Am I missing something here?
No, you're correct.
Anybody?
What are you drinking?
Rum and Coke.
There you go.
Okay.
That'll do the trick.
So what's your evaluation of Zach Wilson?
Well, look, he struggled. That's expected. But look, when you needed him to be at his best, he was his best.
Yep.
Fourth quarter, those final 2 drives, he was exquisite. They also got to give credit to Robert Saleh. You already mentioned earlier, but exquisite clock management. And it's funny, you look back on it, that that penalty that pushed us back to 1st and 20 allowed us to actually burn more time. So it was more beneficial than it was harmful.
Their clock management was good.
No. And like I said, you know what the best part about this game was?
They won?
You're going to love this. So I ran into a high school buddy of mine who's a Patriots fan in the supermarket yesterday.
Always something about
always with the Patriots. I don't understand.
No, come on, you're going to love this. Everyone's going to love it. So I walk up to him.
Let's take a vote. Primetime, what are the chances of you loving this, Primetime? I don't think it's going to be. Tyrone, what do you think? Are we going to love this story?
He's hyping it up, so it's going to be a letdown.
All right,
definitely. Go ahead, Vinny. It should better be good.
And he looked at me. He says,
"Did you already tell this story to Jake Assman?"
No, I did not say
Okay,
it.
so this is an exclusive. All right, just making sure.
So I'm gonna tell you. So I look up to it. I look at him. He's waiting to go over, and he says, "Don't say it." 1-3.
To the Patriots.
Yeah, I got.
That's the big story.
That's the story.
Well, look.
Oof.
Come
I'm
on.
not impressed.
What's your favorite color M&M?
Honestly, I've never that big of an, but I have to go green.
There you go. All right.
Like I said,
Thanks
but, you know that, but here's the best part about this game. Like I said, not only like I said,
Oh, you already told us the
we're
best part.
actually like I said, look. But let's look at the schedule. Can I look at the schedule right now? This
No.
schedule that we were all looking back in August. You know, remember when we were looking back at this early half of the schedule in August, we all thought it was going to be a brutal path. But look at it right now; it's not so bad.
We're 2-2. But you're only as good. You're only as good. You got to build on it now. You got to beat the Dolphins this week.
We're 2-2 right now, and let's look at the teams we got to face. The Packers struggled to put away a Patriots team during a third-string quarterback.
So beating the Packers.
The Broncos are an absolute mess.
Bill Belichick.
So now,
coach by Belichick.
Can I say something without getting interrupted, or is that too much to ask?
You can.
No, this is our fucking.
On this show, that's way too
So
much.
it doesn't really matter. It's our show. The
They can talk about what he wants.
Bro, listen, man. Hey, man. I can't do that, bro. He just.
All right. What's up, man?
Yo.
What's up, dude?
Lunatic. What's happening?
You're in the basement.
Well, this is what happens. You get the whole playroom taken from you, and now you got to play guitar and Xbox in the laundry room.
There you go.
Yeah, great. Great game on. Great second half.
Yep.
But the other day, my dad was like he called me right after the game. I'm like, he hasn't watched a game in probably like 5 years. He's like, I watched the Jet game today. That kid looks real good. This team looks real good. Like, maybe we should go to a game. I was like, I thought my dad was getting dementia. And I'm like, he hasn't gone to a game with me since I was like 7 years old. And I'm like, everything, they got to get Conklin out of that, dude. They got to
out of there, or just he's got to play better.
How many more games are we going to see this?
But I got a better question. Where's Uzuma at? What are they doing with him?
I know.
Listen,
even
y'all are wrong though. Y'all are wrong. If y'all watch Zuma, man, he's been watching. He's been blocking his ass off, bro.
Listen,
that's why we paid him $10 million just to block.
Right. Put Conklin blocking.
He's been blocking his ass off.
You
put
Conklin can't block though. That's the problem.
He can't catch consistently either.
Yeah, but he can't block worth a shit, bro. He sucks at blocking.
Tight end position.
No, listen. I had you guys on the stream too and TV, and like when Kenny Pickett came in, and I was like, we all said the same thing, right? But you know what was weird? Like when Quinnen Williams drilled him when he threw that pass and got it off. And like Kenny Pickett got up talking shit to Quinnen Williams. I was like somehow rooting for Kenny Pickett. I was like, look at this fucking guy. Yep. Like this, I was like, we need some balls like that.
Yeah, the swagger. Yep.
Yeah, and like Joyner got the 2 picks. That's fine. And everyone talked about the whole game tonight already. But even with we have to look forward to the Dolphin game because we can't take Teddy Bridgewater.
But before you even go to the Dolphin game though, sure. I mean. What are your thoughts on Salah, man? Because he's getting, you got to give him credit because the team competed for him. They played hard. The fourth quarter, they rallied, and like he's done little subtle things that we ripped him for last year that he's changing this year.
Very slowly. The one thing that kind of bothered me was towards the end of the game when we had like 36 seconds left in the fourth quarter, and you're sitting there with 2 timeouts, and it's like I'm watching the TV, and this dude's just like walking. There's no like, you know what I mean? And I was like, dude, call timeout. Like. You have 2, and and then I remember the play before that we had like 37 seconds, and then by the time they lined up again, it was like 16 seconds. And
I think they wanted to milk all the clock.
They're trying to do that.
Exactly. Listen. You know what they were doing? They were like, look, worst case scenario, we score, they get the ball back with 2 or 3 seconds left, so we'll go to overtime.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But listen, Joe.
And because they had the timeout, they could afford to do that.
Right. I said the same thing. I was like, don't get it. I said, don't get it.
I feel the same way you felt. I was like, yo, what the fuck? But I understand. Yeah, I understand.
The play calling still a little iffy for me, offense wise, and also Zach's got to get better at those at those short passes. But also, even in the last drive, they just got to let this kid play. because it seems like they're over complicating it for him in the first half, like with the game plan. And when, especially when Brees was like, "Yo, let's go score a fucking touchdown. We're gonna go score a fucking touchdown." Like, just let the kid do his thing. Like,
when he's thinking left, he plays so much better.
Right, and Vera Tucker, we might have stepped in some shit here with left tackle though, because we've been on a search for left tackle for how long, and we could have just found one. But
so would you keep him there?
If he played like he did yesterday, 2 days ago for the first time, and he keeps building on it, what you're just gonna fuck him up if you keep moving him back and forth.
So just say he plays well this week against the Dolphins at left tackle again. I'm like, well, keep him there. Like, why? Like, I don't give a shit if Dwayne Brown's coming back. I honestly don't care.
Why? Because he has to play the right side because that's what he came in the draft as. This guy might be great, and even you got Herbig played pretty good, man. Even though he was like a little shaky out there, he held his own, and
you figure as a unit, I mean, they were all thrown together. They just patch them all together. Like, all right, go out and play and try to survive. Now you're going to start establishing some chemistry. You're going to get your line calls. You're going to start figuring things out. You're playing better teams, but you're figuring things out. Like, I don't know, man. This AVT thing is interesting as shit at this point.
No, if he's playing well, you keep him there. You're only going to mess him. It's like having a quarterback, like with different offensive coordinators. You can't just leave him the way he is. He's playing fine. He stepped up. And now we can actually have a more clear picture going into the draft this year, saying like, listen, we got to address the right hand side, and we got to get some linebackers. We have to.
Yep. Speaking of linebackers, definitely.
It's
watching Mosley scary, right? Watching him get beat on every pass play with a tight end or a running back is every play he's beat.
He's dogging it too, man. You could tell. Like, he's not even hurt, dude. Like, and then he took a year off for COVID. Like, this dude's here for a check, man.
Well, no, I mean, last year, he was a heart and soul to defense, and he was playing his ass off. This year, it just seems like he's a step slow, but all of them do. Like, and now it's like, wait till we play. Like, the Dolphins are gonna go with Gesicki. They're gonna have all these guys coming up, but they're gonna literally attack like our linebackers,
right?
Absolutely.
Right. Now I'm excited to see. Like, I want to see what this team, because we've seen the 2 wins already, and they played the Browns, they played the Steelers. I want to see them play like an actual competent team, like a
Sunday's gonna be a good game, dude. Bridgewater's a good quarterback. It's funny. I'm excited. Like, this to me is gonna be a statement game for Solid and the Jets.
Yeah.
Sunday, AFC East rival, coming off a big win, should be a rowdy crowd. You got to play very well. The people that are like kind of shitting on Teddy Bridgewater don't get it, man.
Dude,
the guy's a solid quarterback.
All of us in this chat right now, all of us in this chat wanted Teddy Bridgewater to be the starter.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did, bro. We did not want him to get traded, bro. That shit hurt, bro.
Yeah, he looked good that training camp, man. We even saw him. Yeah, we went out to Washington.
He was great, yes, sir. Yep.
People screaming, why would you get rid of him for a third and a sixth? I think it was, and then he goes to the Saints and wins 5 games in a row, and played his ass off. Like, he should have been the starter instead of McCown and had Darnold behind him. But it's going to be interesting. I'm excited to see Sauce. I love watching Sauce play too because he's so clean, dude. This guy hasn't had one. I don't even think he's had a flag called on him, right? I mean, he's playing well.
Good.
I mean, and Bryce Huff. Thank God you guys been calling it for weeks because he played his ass off, and you could see it. You can see the difference. And
Jermaine Johnson's doing some good things too, man. In limited time.
Was he have 3 sacks now for the year?
I thought he had 2.
He's 3. Yeah, he's 3.
He's 3.
No.
3, right?
He got his first one the first game.
Right.
Half a sack. 2. It's like he got either 3 or 2.5.
Right. That's what. That's all you can ask is a sack a game.
Yeah. Oh, bro, you can't.
Just a sack a game. Just 17 for the season.
Yeah, yes, sir.
That's it.
Joe Cat, baby. Joe Cat said, "Yo, 17, baby. We'll take it. We'll take it. Sign me up for it."
You're a professional lineman. Go make it. No, it's your. Guys, fantastic. I'm actually. I know I'm gonna eat.
You're both wrong. He's got 1.5.
All right. It's still pretty good. 4 games. All right.
I think he's been in on like 3 sacks. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
Maybe they've only given him half sacks or some shit.
And it's nice. It's nice watching. It's nice not calling here, yelling our balls off and everything.
It's great, isn't it? It's refreshing.
Completely different tone from you from last week. You were ready to fire everybody last week.
Oh, dude! Listen, let's not get too crazy here. We're used to a dud after these games.
Well, yeah, but see, that's the whole thing. Like, I've already said it now. Like, right now, we're all happy, but we have high expectations for Sunday. The Dolphins come in and beat the shit out of us. Monday and Tuesday be a disaster around here. I'm gonna be angry as shit.
Let me ask you guys a question though.
Burning it down on Monday and Tuesday.
Okay, LaFleur and Sala has worked with old boy in San Francisco, so they know him. And to me, the reason Miami's winning is because his game plans have been flawless on offense.
Yeah.
He's really called really, really good games.
Yeah.
So do you think it's an advantage with them knowing him and his tendencies, or do you think he's just gonna switch everything up and just go crazy with it?
I don't know. I think the solid thing is, I think the defense too. I heard a lot of people also like once somebody did that, he was doing like kind of like a throwback to like San Francisco, Seattle, like Legion of Boom stuff.
Yeah.
I think all these guys already know that, and he's got to step that up in the regard. The rotation's got to go because
but listen, Joe. What he did to get Trubisky that first interception, he dropped Solomon Thomas in coverage.
He dropped them all. Yep.
Yeah, it blew his fucking mind,
right.
Bro. It blew his mind, bro. He did not see him there. He tipped the ball interception. That was dope. Great call,
he's
dope
coming
shit,
out of the shell a lot, I think, which is it's good that the fan base wrote him like that because that's the only way they were gonna get the message that like, dude, you better fix this by week 4. You're fucking, you know, and but. Thinking about going to the game on Sunday.
Do it.
I don't know. 2.5.
Come on.
Why
man.
not?
It's 2.5 hours.
So what? It's nice little. Well, it's gonna be sunny and 70 degrees, man. You get the windows down, go for a nice ride.
I know. Listen, it's 18 holes of golf in the morning and beers all day. You know what I mean?
I can respect that.
It's tough choice. Tough. It's rather than listen. I love Jersey, but that place
not that much.
Nowhere.
I don't blame you.
Thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
I'll see you guys later.
Have a good night, man.
Later, man.
Joe Cat, baby.
Definitely.
Yo, Joe, when we win, Joe happy, man.
He was all mellow and calm and stuff.
Hey, bro, listen, that's
missed his call last
Victory
week.
Tuesday. Exactly, Tyson. He was going, rare form, man. Listen, when we lose, Joe Cat is definitely coming.
We're all this, but like it's funny because right now you go on social media, every Jet fan's excited. We're fiery. We're posting pictures of Zach Wilson. It's a whole feel good week, but you're only as good as your last performance. You've got to build on it this Sunday. You've got to come out and play a very good game.
They cannot do what they did last week against.
You cannot lay an egg against the Dolphins this weekend because this show Monday, Tuesday,
especially at home.
Especially at home.
Division rival. Salah's been talking all this shit about closing the gap. You got to do it. You can't go 0-3 at home. Can't go 0-3 at home.
Years, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
2-3 years. Yeah.
2 years.
Time to win one. Yeah.
So we'll see. Yeah, and there's plenty of good seats available. So we're gonna go to Blade. What's up, man?
How's it going, boys?
Your beard's on point right now.
What?
Your beard is on point.
Hey, thanks. I trimmed it up.
Looks better than prime times.
Yo, Blade, where you at, bro?
Hey, prime time had a good beard.
Mine's a little scruff right now.
Yeah, it's a little.
What was that, Tyrone?
Where
you at, bro? Where you live at, man?
Idaho.
I thought so, man. The sun's out. I'm like, yo, what the hell?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sticking around.
Yeah, 6 o'clock out there.
So the first question we have for you is, what is your favorite color M&M?
Green.
Absolutely. Smart man. Absolutely.
Easy. I have a couple questions for you guys. First, are you guys a little worried at all that I know we had 3 picks off Kenny, but I mean, other than that, he was 100%. You know what I mean? Like I think a good quarterback. You think he's going to come in and tear us up? Like I'm optimistic, but I'm still a little worried that. I mean, look on paper.
Look at how the quarterbacks have attacked it. You figured Joe Burrow had a day. Then you figure you played.
Burrow had what, 260 at the half?
Yeah, but you played Brissett and you played Trubisky, so you're getting kind of getting a little pass here, and then play Bridgewater this week. So, I think Bridgewater's good, but
Brissett even tore us up a little bit.
Yep, he did. Brissett looked awesome against us. We got lucky with that.
Yeah, and I mean, I loved how Zach Wilson played, and I mean, if you look at it, that's his first preseason game, right?
Yep.
He hasn't had any actions the preseason, so he's still getting in it, and hopefully he's going to get better. But I mean, if we were playing a good team, they wouldn't have gave us all those chances to come back. You know what I mean? And is he just good for one terrible air ball in a game? Like, what's going on? You know what I mean?
Like, I'm gonna give him a pass with some of that stuff, man, because you got to figure he's behind a makeshift offensive line, first game back, amped up. Then you start losing, you're blowing a lead. Like, there's so many things happen to him in this game that if he's doing this 3 or 4 weeks from now, you'd be like, dude, you're doing this every week. The first couple of weeks, I'm gonna somewhat give him a pass. Like, even like the fastballs he's throwing on the short passes, like, you got to reel him in now. Like, all right, we have game film on you. here's what we got to work on, during the week.
Right. And I think he played okay, but like just how everyone's saying he did amazing. Like I think he played okay.
Yep.
Like for his
that
first
fourth quarter,
back.
dude, was money.
That fourth quarter was money. Hopefully he continues that, builds off that. You know what I mean?
He does what he did in the fourth quarter consistently. I mean, he's a top 10 quarterback. He's making money throws, pinpoint.
How are you a Jets fan in Idaho?
Because my dad was a Denver Broncos fan, and I watched the AFC Championship game, and I felt bad for the Jets.
Hey, listen, baby. We'll take you, Blade. We'll take you. Hey, we'll take you, Blade. You know what I'm saying? You family, baby. Jets up, man. You know how I go, baby.
Big Curtis Martin fan.
There you go.
Absolutely.
That's my guy.
Sir.
How
can you not like Curtis, baby?
And then one weird thing to me is that I know Brees Hall.
Vinny's phone call? Oh, yeah, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah, I mean, it's funny that Vinny says how we're all feeling. It's like one thing we're all thinking, one thing we're all saying. But anyway, I know Brees Hall's a beast, but as soon as he drops him out of the back, let's throw Mike Carter in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I don't know why they don't use him more in the passing game either, though. It seems like they're really comfortable with Brees, man. Like they're really comfortable with giving him more reps in the fourth.
But Michael Carter seems like a better pass catcher, though.
I think so too, Tyson. I agree.
And they always praise Brees on him, but so the Michael Carter thing and the CJ Usama thing is really weird to me. Like as soon as Conklin fumbles a ball or drops a ball, dude, I'm throwing Uzama in for a couple plays.
Or even put Ruckert in there.
Yep.
Yeah,
like a 3rd round pick on him.
Yeah, they're just really weird to me. Did we just bring these guys in because they're good leaders? Like I don't know.
I just think it just seems like they're ridiculously loyal to certain players, and they're almost like force feeding them into the game plan. And it's like if they make a mistake or something stupid, they don't take them out. Like you're staying in the game for whatever reason. Like that's the rotation.
With Uzama, though, do you think it's more just because the offensive line is so banged up, or do you think it's possibly because he's still hurt and they just don't want him? He caught
passes in Cincinnati. He can't run routes.
No, I'm saying he had an injury earlier in the year. Remember, he was like doubtful or questionable for like the first.
He can run like an owl.
Blocking plays though, man. They got him on. Like if you notice, like his block has been excellent. But I understand why they're not using him. I don't know why they're not using him in the passing game because he's solid.
But one thing though, then to that point though, if he's known for his blocking. That's even furthermore why I'm go out for routes. So it's not like he's not a receiving threat.
Decoy. Yeah, absolutely.
Decoy,
absolutely.
Yeah, it's not like he can't catch.
And especially if I mean Conklin had the one bad drop, that's it this game. But if he was fumbling again, like dude, pull his ass. Like put Uzama in. And I mean that's the thing that I think those are the things that are going to handicap us from being a playoff team. Is them being loyal to those guys and stupid penalties.
Well, the other thing, I mean, you could say he's getting used to Zach Wilson, the speed of his throws, and all that stuff. I'm gonna buy some of the excuses for another week or two, and then it's like, all right, man, we gotta stop dropping the ball. We gotta stop making stupid mistakes. Like the Garrett Wilson running short 2 yards on every routes drive me insane. Like, hopefully they start figuring all this shit out.
Yeah, but this was a last year problem too, all year with like Corey Davis, right?
That's true too.
So, but I mean. We didn't have the depth we had because we had Elijah Moore hurt, or he was just figuring it out. Like I get it, but I don't know. I just hope Zach is building and he like continues with that fourth quarter.
Hey Blake, I got one question for you, Blake. How do you feel about the after them running the football, man? Like why they go away from running the football? Like they don't even try to run the football anymore.
Well, I think you look at first down, they run the football every time.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
That's the only.
I don't get that at all.
Me neither.
Hey, prime time, is that they remind you of the Adam Gates one special
Dude,
first, second down?
I mean, think about what we're talking about though with Wilson though, with his struggles, as far as accuracy on some of those short passes. If he's able to be more consistent with that, that's going to be your go-to on first down. Those quick slants to Elijah Moore, the quick screen to Garrett Wilson, like that should be your easy 5-6 yards on first down. But because that's still an area of struggle right now, I feel like they almost have.
They don't even do bubble screens. They don't do screens, quick screens, none of that shit, man.
But prime time, what is it? What is it with him in that? Is it concentration? Is it mechanics? What is it? Why does he like? He has to understand touch. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's nervous. I think he's nervous.
Could be speed of the game, just trying to rush, get it out. Worried about the offensive line taking a hit. I mean, it could be a number of things that are going through the head of a quarterback.
I think the run game is so bad now is because it's predictable. That's the problem, I think.
Yeah, I agree, buddy. Yeah,
and then the last thing I was going to say is this week I know we're playing Teddy Two Gloves and he's good like a game manager and stuff, but to be competitive in our division, this is a game you steal without Tua. You know what I mean?
100%.
And I'm not saying, hey, Jets are going to win, but I mean, I think if you're Robert Saleh, you're begging for one. Like
This
you
is the
got
biggest, biggest win of his
the one you
career.
gotta steal.
This
This
is
the
the
one you
one.
gotta
This could
steal.
be
Yes, sir.
changing everything.
You
This
change,
change.
you change a lot with this.
Yes, sir.
Yep. Yeah, we'll see.
Thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Yeah,
Always
thanks for
a
letting me
pleasure,
on.
Blaze.
Good talking, man.
All right, bro. Have a good one, man.
Yeah, I mean this game for Solid is enormous, man. You like this is AFC East rival, home game, coming off a win. You can go 3-2, which would be like we'd be out of our minds. We wouldn't know what to do with ourselves.
But
This
Tyson,
would be monumental for him and his culture.
you know what
And for
scares
Zach
me?
too to be 2-0 coming
But
back.
you know what scares me more than anything with this game right here? It's like, listen, like you need to get pressure on Teddy. And I think you have a real good chance. The problem is he tries to get there with 4 because the receivers and drop guys back.
But dude, the
That's gonna
shit
be a
worked
problem,
though.
man.
Tyrone, they got a sack last week on a 3-man rush. 3-man rush they got in. And I was like, remember prime time? I'm like, holy shit.
I'm not
But
even
Tyson,
worried about
Hey, but
pressure.
listen.
Not that we want to get deep into the Dolphin game right now, but I'm more
But-
worried about Hill and Waddle. Just
Yeah,
Dolphins
but
putting
see,
the ball in
but
their hands and
that's
us not being able to wrap them up and tackle. Like,
That's what I'm
worried
saying,
about.
prime time. Like if you don't get pressure, if you give Teddy time, he'll pick us apart.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? And my
But if they're just playing that soft zone where he could just 3-step
Yeah.
drop, get rid of it. Like
Just
that.
like
That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, Pittsburgh
Bingo.
offensive line sucks. Miami offensive line a little bit better than Pittsburgh. So
Yep.
you know what I'm saying? Kind of scary.
They also got a lot more explosive talent, man. You got freaking
Absolutely.
Tyreek Hill and all these guys running around and shit.
Tight
so-
ends, absolutely.
Yes, sir. All right, we will go to we got here. We got a bunch of stars on the call here. Look at this. We'll go to Luca first. What's up, man?
What's going on,
Dude.
fellas?
What's
How
up,
you
my
doing?
guy?
You know, it's been a good night. Obviously, the Knicks were playing their first preseason game. Jalen Brunson got off to a good start. Judge hit 62, and the Mets are choking as always. So it's always good.
The
Always
Mets are
good.
choking? The Mets are losing right now?
Well, I don't know if they're choking, but they choked away the lead in the NL East. So I'm
we,
always
need,
happy.
we need the Braves score. That's the most important thing.
The Braves are up 2-1, by the way, in the Marlins, bottom of the 8th.
Let's
so
go.
That's fun.
God,
It
finish that
sucks I
off,
won't
man.
be able to go to the game Sunday. I'm working. You know, I had to pay my mom back for the tickets I went for the opener, and you know, I'm getting them. I'm working obviously, but I'm hoping to get more money so I can go to more games in the future.
You say you have to pay your mom back for the tickets?
Well, I obviously have I have a job and I have the card, but my mom offered to treat me for the game, so I paid her
She
back.
treated you while you're paying it back.
Yeah.
Well, all right.
Treating means
You
don't
like
pay
finance
back.
the tickets?
It's a gift then.
Well,
There's a loan?
it's difficult. Listen,
I understand. Look, that's Mom Dukes, man. You won't get mama money back, man. Leave Luke alone, man.
She fronted.
That's
That's
right
all.
there.
yep.
Hey, he went
So-
he went into debt
Mom
for
was
the
smart.
Jet game, bro. I love you, bro. Absolutely.
Hope
And
she
it's
charged
more
interest
sauce.
on that.
I'm not going to
Any-
jip anybody.
She knew the
Hey,
value of
Luca,
those tickets.
hey,
Should have
Luca,
charged
come on,
interest
hey,
on that, like
Come on the
5%.
30s, man. Come on
making
the 30s
bank.
and bring me some of those sausages, bro. For real talk. The prime's not gonna cook them. So.
Yep, definitely. Primetime did a good job.
If you honestly think Tyrone's gonna be there in a Patriot game, you're out of your mind. You gotta see him. You gotta see the game ticket like printed and actually in his hand on the screen before we believe him.
Wow. Why I get treated like this, man? Why I get treated
Got to
like
prove it.
Because I was
3
promised a
years,
hoodie
man.
like last August.
Three,
The
3
hoodies.
years. Yo,
Hoodies,
hey,
the
listen,
home opener.
No, listen. Let
The
me
home
tell you this
opener.
right here. The guy who's making the hoodies, bro,
Mhm.
listen, right here.
We're out of business.
He did.
He
had
sent it to the
some-
wrong address.
No, he had a problem with his manufacturer getting the hoodie sizes. That was the issue.
Oh, that's what it was.
So that's what it is. 'Cause he made me some other stuff for the lodge as well. So I got you, man. Come on, man. I love you guys, man.
Tell me,
Tyson-
again, man.
Tyson cut the check, baby. I'm good. I got you. Don't even worry about it.
Tyrone,
Yeah.
has
Who keeps opening and closing doors?
Tyrone has gone to a game. He met us
That's
in
my brother
Carolina
in the
last year.
background. He's dumping his plate.
Yeah.
Just finished
I
eating
was in
dinner.
Carolina. What are you talking about?
No, he's been to a game. That's right.
No.
Not at MetLife.
Well, Elmo will get it. Yes, Elmo, we will hook you up as well. We got to keep you happy. So what are your thoughts on the game, Luca?
I was very happy. You know, I also get bragging rights because I've mentioned on here how many times my best friend's a Steelers fan. He was at the game with his dad sitting midfield at the 50-yard line. He said he enjoyed the atmosphere, but he obviously didn't enjoy the game because we ended up winning. I got to say, you know, I've criticized Sal a lot, but I think I'll give him credit on this one because think about it, the time management too. Like, obviously, the team came out, played for him, they came back. But what's important was on that, I think it was like a second or third down in Pittsburgh, in Jets territory, you know, Mike Tomlin was having Pickett throw the ball. And the pass got picked off. Why not run the ball down the Jets' throat and continue to kill more time? Oh my God, Bigford. But anyways, I think it's like rare you see the Jets outcoach another team, but that's actually what happened this week. So, Tomlin didn't do his job with the play. Well, it was really Matt Canada. He didn't do his job with the time management. I know Joe was on here talking about the timeout stuff, but I thought Robert Saleh handled that flawlessly.
Yeah, I thought the fourth quarter was impressive, man. He did all the right things, and he almost did the opposite of what he did last year. He was aggressive. He he reacted perfectly.
He knew when to slow it down though, to kind of bleed the clock a little bit. And he knew he had the timeouts in his back pocket, so yeah, he executed that perfectly.
Yeah, and I like how the Jets stuck to the run, but the problem was they kept running it up the middle, and it just went nowhere. The Steelers were just right in the backfield expecting it. So
especially when Carter was in there too.
Yeah,
of course, because he's so shifty, and he's not that straight line runner. He's going to move around a lot. He's going to do a lot of dancing, and obviously the interior offensive line has struggled a lot. So it's rough because Laken Tomlinson's not performed well. Connor McGovern's kind of yes, Jose. I'll be glad to send you a hat. I'll be glad to send you a hat. You could pick anyone out of this collection. I'll give you the Fighting Irish hat. I'll give you the
there you go.
The sun hats right here. So
what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on AVT playing left tackle?
It was a surprise move, and I think it needed to be made. I don't want Connor McDermott at left tackle. I don't want Max Mitchell left tackle. Obviously, he's injured, so we can't do anything about that. Oh my God. Unbelievable. Just love this chat.
Rare form.
Unbelievable.
So, and there was 2 surprise players in this game. Corey Davis and LaMarcus Joyner.
Yeah.
But that's I think Corey Davis is probably the biggest surprise because the game on the line, that's who they went to. They didn't go to Garrett Wilson or Elijah Moore.
Again, I just want to see the offense feature everybody in this coming week because you don't want one main guy for the defense to zero in on. You want to you don't want to make the offense so predictable, in my opinion.
Yep. No, I agree. They're spreading around, but it seems like when they go to a guy, they go to him consistently. Like when Garrett Wilson got hot, they constantly kept feeding him. Then Elijah Moore was the first half. Then it was only Corey Davis.
Well, you find a mismatch, you take advantage of it. That's what good coaches do. I mean, we've had it done to us for how many years? We can't cover tight ends. Teams keep going to it, right? It only makes sense.
I just really hope Tyler.
I think the kid won Elijah in the beginning too.
Yep.
I was just going to hope that Tyler Conklin plays better this week. Obviously, the drops and little mental errors have been a big thing, but I believe in his talent. I believe in his potential. He's not like one of those guys like the Ryan. He's not like one of those guys like the Ryan Griffins, the Daniel Browns, the Trayvon Wesco's. He's actually talented. He can create yards after the catch. He's a good route runner. So you have that. I don't know what Uzama's doing except blocking, but you don't pay a guy $8 million to do that over a span of 3 years.
Or even get Ruckert involved, man. Just change it up a little bit.
But now, look, I agree with you, Luca. Well, listen, that catch in the fourth, man, was big, though. You know what I'm saying?
But that tip pass for interception was big too. That could have changed the game as well.
I understand that, Tyson, but I'm just saying, let's give him some credit as well, though. You know what I'm saying? So that sucked. But I think what it is, man. I think they got to get used to Zach throwing the ball. I think Zach puts it on it, man. He don't let off, bro. He's.
But he did the same thing with Flacco.
That throw to Corey Davis, bro, when he was down on the ground. Bro,
it was a dart.
Ain't too many quarterbacks can make that kind of throw, man.
Yeah, but Conklin made the same mistakes with Flacco, though. So it's not Zach's fault. It's not,
I'm not making an excuse for him. I'm just saying that
that sounds like it's not like you're his agent right now.
Nah, listen. I mean, you know what, Tyson? The one thing is, listen. We have not had tight ends in so long, bro. I want this shit to work. I don't want to go back to you know what I'm saying, who we didn't have, bro.
No, listen, it's exciting to have the talent. We wanted more, be the safety valve for Zach Wilson, but it's be a reliable valve. And if one guy's not doing it, then bring it, give Uzama, just give Ruckert a chance. I love what Conklin does, dude. After the catch, he's great. He's a big target. He's explosive. But it's come on, man.
I think Uzama's hurt.
Of course, as primetime match and create the mismatches. And one thing I must say before I get to the defensive side of the ball, Zach Wilson's game on
Holy shit.
No, just a tiny bit. Zach Wilson's game Yes, Zach Wilson's game on Sunday, I gotta say, was better than most games last year, and I gotta say that's an improvement. But he has to clean up the short passing game. Has to. It's got to be nerves. You can't be a quarterback in this league and not throw short passes.
You thought the game as a whole was better than most of his games last year, or just the fourth quarter?
Just the fourth quarter.
I'd say honestly both. Honestly, in my opinion, like towards the first half of the season when he was really over his head, like. Obviously, this game was better, but if you're talking about the second half, I'd say the second half was better than this game he obviously played. He has ways to go.
I mean, prior to those last two drives, I mean, we were looking at the numbers. He was 8 of 24, and he had the two
But you
picks.
also
I know you can blame Conklin for the one.
No, not even that. But I think also you got to factor in. I'm not making excuses for the guy. I'm saying that Zach Wilson had a lot of pressure in his face. He had to throw the ball away. He was more decisive when it came to the shiftiness in the pocket. He didn't take bad sacks. So
no, I mean, you factor in the offensive line, the rust factor, his first game in 6 weeks. I totally get it, but the quarterback that we saw in the fourth quarter was completely different.
That 100%.
The first 3 quarters, Zach, was a lot of what we saw in that stretch last year when he was struggling.
What I find the most impressive out of this win is that we overcame our own mistakes. We didn't dig ourselves too deep of a hole, and we overcame our own adversity.
And he got out of it healthy too.
Exactly.
He took some hits. He was rolling around. Good.
Last thing for the defense, they got to get to Teddy B, or else it's going to be mayhem and hell. You got to, and you guys were talking about Mosley earlier. Mosley's not a coverage linebacker. It's Quan Alexander that's going to do the covering because Mosley's the tackling linebacker, and he's going to be stopping the run. So,
but Luca, they're not you. Listen. They're going with the mismatch. They're putting Mosley out there. They're making him go in coverage. He had 2 big blown assignments, man. You know what I'm saying? Listen, I understand what you're saying about mistakes. Those mistakes we made this week cannot. Zach can't play that for 3 quarters against Miami, or the game is over.
Or any quality team, any really higher level team.
You can't. You know what I'm saying? So listen, and look, and I want to say this as well. Like I said earlier, listen, we could have been up 13-3. Even with Zach playing the way he played, could have been up 13-3. And a good team, listen, playing a good team like Miami, you can't do that. You can't go, you know what I'm saying? You can't, you know what I'm saying? Listen, Miami was down 28 points against the Ravens, and they came back and lost. You know what I mean? So listen, they
out of control. Look, thanks for calling it, man. We appreciate it.
Have a good night,
I'm
bro.
sure the door won't be squeaky next time. I promise.
Absolutely.
Later.
Yeah, they're not gonna let you ride with it, baby.
The rule is if you call in the show, it's tough because we ask like weird questions and do stupid shit, and like everybody analyzes everything behind you. It's like they see like it could be the smallest of little things, man. It's like the chat just finds it all. It's remarkable.
Hey, but Tyson, the best comment was like, Zach is rusty as Luca's door, bro. I just died laughing, bro.
I'm trying not to look at the chat, and then they're so fucking funny, man. You can't, like, you just get distracted. I gotta put like a thing over here. I can't look anymore. We're gonna go to Chris. Chris, what's up, man?
Gentlemen, how we doing? Nice job tonight. I was thinking about going to the game on Sunday, but after watching the first hour of callers come in, I'm worried I might actually see or run into some of them. So I'm gonna opt out of that one. You guys got a motley crew calling in this evening.
They're coming for you, Chris. They're coming for you.
Yeah. I'll be monitoring the chat closely. Overall, Sunday was obviously, a good game. I was miserable almost the entire game. The first quarter, I enjoyed it. The second and third quarter, I was absolutely miserable. And honestly, even when they were coming back in the fourth, I was like so anxiety driven by the entire thing and just wondering how we were going to screw it up that it was almost difficult for me to enjoy. Obviously it was a character building win for the team. And I feel like these are the types of wins that Saleh needs, the team needs. But you're supposed to beat these kind of bad teams that are in the gutter, and these are typically losses that we encounter. So I'll take any win I can get at this point. So I'm optimistic.
I mean,
there.
we also I agree with you. Like in the first half, you're like they should win this game by more. Like the game was there to be had. And you're like, don't self-destruct. They started self-destructing. They're giving away points. Then they lose the lead. You're like, here we go again. Kenny Pickett comes in. We kept saying this is the Kenny Pickett game, like the Baker Mayfield game. We're like, we're going to lose to a rookie quarterback in his first friggin' game, and here we go again, same old Jets. And it's like, it's nice that they actually came back. Like, this is the one thing about Zach that I was dying to see. Like, all right, you're facing a ton of adversity now. You haven't played all that great. You've been very inconsistent, some bad plays. You've lost the lead. The team is struggling. They're lifeless. You need somebody to turn around, and he did it. And that's the one thing. It's like, you know what? he's earning respect and credibility now. Like the team will start buying in now because you know what, you brought us back in a dire moment. You did this, you made the big play on 4th down. That's going to buy him some wiggle room, I think, going forward.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was also the manner in which they just gave it up. It was the same old, same old. There was personal foul penalties in big spots. And, obviously the Conklin drop, I'm getting pretty tired of seeing that. I will say, the criticism that we get for some of these free agent acquisitions, the guys like Conklin and Corey Davis, they're well justified. My question to everyone who's complaining about it is like, what did you want the Jets to do here? Like, you needed to get some receiving options for Zach Wilson. And you don't just get great players leaving teams when they're 26, 27 years old, like Corey did. There's a reason why the Titans didn't pick up the 5th-year option. There's a reason why the Vikings didn't re-sign Conklin. All of these reasons are exposed. You get the good with Corey Davis. We saw it last week. Obviously, without him, the Jets don't win that game. But then you saw the previous year and a half or whatever it is, and he's left you frustrated with drops. The ball's not within his exact catch radius. It's 50-50, but he made some big tough catches.
Well, that's why you got to draft. I mean, that's all part of Joe Douglas's plan, right? To build through the draft. So if the core of your team is draft, you should ultimately be supplementing everything through free agency, and that's the way he kind of structures these contracts, where he can get out for them after two years.
Yep,
that's exactly right. And you brought up a great point there. Prime time was that if you look at the makeup of the last 2 drafts, the Jets have gotten meaningful contributions from 12 players in the last 2 drafts. 12 players. The first draft, I'm willing to kind of throw out the window. Douglas was, half on the job, and he inherited that entire scouting staff. But the last 2 drafts have been all across the defense, all across the offensive line. You're getting contributions from every. And if you actually look through
skill positions too, which is important.
At skill positions and impact positions, left tackle, or maybe not left tackle is a bad example, but
maybe with AVT.
Yeah, exactly. But you look at where the Jets are struggling in the middle of the defense. It's all free agent. It's CJ Mosley. It's Jordan Whitehead. It's Joyner, and then on the offensive side of the ball, there's pieces that are going to need to be upgraded at some point, like Corey Davis's, Tyler Conklin's. But all these things are stopgaps until you can get to 10-7 and continue to add these pieces and get these guys to mature a little bit so they can maybe make a run.
But I also think too is like winning changes a lot of things too. Like Zach Wilson proving that he's a legitimate quarterback, a winning program. You can start luring other guys in here because right now the Jets are where players go to get fat contracts and get out of here in a couple of years because they're not winning. You know what I mean? Like Tyreek Hill was the only guy that was close to coming here, and he said it was because of taxes. But like for so long, it was just like, who wants to come play for the loser Jets? They're gonna win 4 games every year. In 2 years, the coach is gonna get fired. There's no like stability, no program, no culture, nothing. You start winning, establishing things. It's like, all right, we know who the coach is for the long term, at least the foreseeable future. We know who the quarterback is. We know they're going to be competitive year in and year out. That changes a lot, man.
It's huge. I think they're at a point now where you might not even have to go into free agency to make a big acquisition. There's really, besides maybe left tackle, you're not finding one in free agency anyway. All these pieces can be fit. I mean, maybe you want to go find some safeties in free agency at some point. Or middle linebackers, but all of those are positions that you can find good quality in those middle rounds. And Douglas has done a good job of finding some good young pieces that I think are going to be big parts of this defense in the coming years. So
Max Mitchell's another one, yeah.
Max Mitchell, Michael Clemens. I mean, Michael Clemens isn't seeing the field a whole lot, and we could talk about that defensive line rotation that they have. I know some of these guys are ridiculous. I appreciate you guys not sitting here with your spreadsheets going, oh, Quentin Williams needs to have 87% of the snaps and not 67% of the. It's all, it's all ridiculous. I mean, I will be the first one to say, like, when the game is on the line, fuck your rotation, get the best players on the field.
Absolutely.
But
fourth quarter and big plays, have your best players out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. But I think you're starting to see kind of an identity be built, I think, a little bit here. It's obviously too early to call, but I think they're still trying to figure out how all these pieces are going to fit together. If this defense is going to give up yards and it looks like it's going to be that kind of defense, but they're going to get 3 or 4 turnovers in a game, sign me up for that. That's fine with me. If they're going to pin their ears back and go after the quarterback and cause fumbles, but they're going to give up some big gains and leave you kind of frustrated in the middle of the game, so be it. But they need to come up with an identity on both sides of the ball. I think they're starting to define it a little bit more. Obviously, there's work to do. They got to get the run game going and established to keep a little bit of balance. LaFleur is still, kind of a bag of dicks as far as I'm concerned until proven otherwise. But he's been frustrating, but he's also been dealing with some shuffling going on in the offensive line. So I'll cut him some doubt here, but I just hope he's not doing a bad impression of Kyle Shanahan and
Yeah, right now it's hard with the offensive line being this so much uncertainty. You don't know what the hell you're going to get at him. Can you run the ball? Can you not? What's going to get blown up? It's like I'm like, he does like so many end arounds he does. And like, I don't understand like the easy passes for Zach never seem easy. It's never like an easy read from him. That drives me insane.
Yeah, and it's
he's to find balance running the football too, though, man. Listen, you can't just throw the ball the whole game and not run football. Whether he's there or not, you got to find a way to run the football.
But the difference was when they brought Pickett in, right? Pickett had easy throws, dude. 3-step drop, get rid of the ball. He knew the ball is really easy. Zach doesn't get those, man. Those easy. It just doesn't seem like it, at least.
Well, yeah, I think Tyson, when he struggles on the bubble passes and the short passes. I think that's the biggest issue.
Fuck, man, that's not good.
Yeah, can't seem to figure out why he can't nail those screen passes. They're also gonna have to figure out something in red zone at some point. It seems like they're very reluctant, and I understand they're trying to protect Zach because he's still figuring things out in there. But I think this is the second time they've run that Super Bowl play or tried to. And I love the creativity. You look at what like Andy Reid does in the red zone, inside the 10 particularly, and he's got a whole separate playbook for those exact situations. It seems like LaFleur's trying to pick a little bit from that and make it a little bit easier on Wilson, but at some point he's going to have to kind of put his big boy pants on and convert some of these more traditional type throws. Otherwise they'll be stuck in the mud.
Great call, man. This is probably our best call tonight. This was intelligent conversation here.
Anyway, gentlemen, I'll keep it to like 2 minutes. I'll let you get to the next one. Appreciate it. Keep it up. And thanks for not being a bunch of fanboys. I watch you guys on Sunday for the game too. I put the live stream on, cut the TV feed because it's useless.
It's hard dealing with Tyson's negativity throughout the stream.
I was trying my best. You need Snickers, man.
You guys switched up.
That was it.
Side switch changed the game, baby.
Change we needed.
Absolutely.
Tyson, you were reluctant to do it. Prime time. Thanks for pushing on that one. You guys won it for us.
I'm flexible, man. I'm willing to.
Thanks to chat too, man.
I gotta go catch up and see what kind of shit they're talking. All right, guys, have a good night.
You too, man.
That was a really good call.
127.
Got it.
128.
Very good call.
Great call, man. Best call night so far.
All right, so we got, let's see, our good friend Jomo. What's up,
Jomo!
man? Look at that shirt. And rally towel.
Let's fucking go, guys. Here we go. We got Judge hitting his fucking 62nd, making history. Yeah. We got the fucking Jets 2-2, making fourth quarter comebacks. We lose that game 99 out of 100 times. Yep. If we fucking win this Sunday.
When we win this Sunday.
I mean, is the spell, is it gone?
Man, that's a good question.
I'm starting to believe. I'm starting to believe.
Be happy, bro. Listen,
like Tyson was saying, this has a chance to be that statement win that Salah needs against a divisional rival at home. You get to 3-2, possibly even with a share of first place in the division. If Buffalo loses.
What's your Twitter account?
This is a game, man.
At Jomo, isn't it?
I think it's Jomo561.
Yeah, there's no way he's the original Jomo on Twitter.
No,
but that's a really good question because they win this. They have the come from behind win over the Steelers. They come back home and beat the Dolphins.
Yep,
we're gonna be unbearable. We will be
Zach at 2-0.
It'll be
I'm
incredible.
Drinking all the Kool-Aid, baby. I'm drinking all the Kool-Aid after that one, baby.
Hell yeah, man! And like, I'm looking at like these next 4 games. I don't want to jump too far ahead. I know this is like a Victory Tuesday, but like Green Bay still trying to get it together. Aaron Rodgers learned his offense. I feel like they're a little vulnerable.
Let's just go one game at a time. Don't do it. Don't do it, man. Let's just go
one game at a time, man. Let's one game at a time, man.
Here we go. Here we go.
Because Monday
Let's
show.
just beat the Packers.
Monday show.
Let's just beat the Dolphins.
We're gonna
even you're doing it though.
Because Monday show could be really different, baby. Monday show could be really different.
We're one bad loss away from just riding again.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you.
We're very temperamental.
Yo,
let's just hope that the offense can like keep this momentum going. The two good fourth quarter drives. I mean, keep it going into the next game. It's something we haven't seen in such a long time with this team. But I mean, another thing we haven't seen is a fourth quarter comeback. Yep. I mean, just crazy. Zach, he was definitely feeling some jitters in the first 3 quarters. I mean, you could just tell.
Yeah.
One thing that I noticed, really, like, he took a really big step in this way. He's throwing the ball away when there's nothing there. I mean, that's
after like
that's
15
something
seconds.
I don't know, Joe. He was running,
because
yo,
he's
a couple
running
of
around
plays,
back there
a
making
couple of
guys
plays,
miss.
man. I want to throw the ball away, bro. Like
He's a
he threw the ball
magician.
away.
One of the throwaways, the Steeler DB was like inches
caught
away
it.
from getting the interception. He almost dragged his toe.
Like, throw the shit.
Oh
Throw
yeah,
it away like out of bounds.
You're right too. Yeah, the one toe
Honestly,
was
if-
up. Absolutely.
And then
they
there was
didn't run
another
a
one. He
play-
ran around for 10 seconds and like his leg bent backwards on the hit. I'm like, shit.
Yeah, that was early in the game. Yeah.
I mean, I
But-
get it though. I mean, he has that ability to extend plays
Yeah.
like that, but his receivers, like in him, got to be on the same page with it. Like they got to know where
Exactly.
they're going once the play breaks down
Exactly.
and he's outside the pocket. And it doesn't seem like they have that
Yeah.
chemistry yet.
No, it doesn't. But you can kind of tell like Elijah Moore, Corey Davis, like he kind of has more chemistry with those guys and Michael Carter rather than like Garrett Wilson, all the newcomers.
Yeah.
Like I think it might take a few games before they really start clicking. But I mean, it looks like him, Corey Davis, Elijah Moore. I mean, they look like they're all on the same page. Dude, it fucking feels awesome to have this win. Like
You don't seem very
with
happy.
Pickett
Man.
coming in
Like,
the
you
second
say it
half.
feels awesome. Where's the energy and the passion and the happiness, man?
Dude, Pickett coming in the second half looked like we had no fucking chance. I thought the same fucking thing was going to happen like it always does.
We all
And
did.
then this fucking kid, like, he just turns it on in the fourth quarter, like pass after pass, like pinpoint. I mean, it was crazy. You could see the velocity on the ball. Like, it's fucking awesome. And dude, I love seeing him run around in the backfield like that. If Flacco's back there, he's getting sacked at least 10 times that game. Like,
Yep, I agree.
he's a fucking magician.
I like to
love
see it, but I want to see it a little bit more like under control. I
needs
guess,
to be
if that makes sense.
consistent. Absolutely. And
exactly.
dude, this Dolphins game is a statement game. Like this could be the game that makes our 2022 season. Like at home, division rival. Like this is the time to fucking make your
I agree.
your
100%.
name. Like
Win a home game.
come on, let's fucking go, guys.
I
Chant
completely agree.
defense with Fireman Ed, because nobody was fucking doing that shit week one. Let's fucking go. Bring the
I'll be
energy
doing
to
it.
MetLife.
I'll be doing it.
Let's fucking go,
I can't
man.
wait to go, man.
I'll be
That's-
banging the
Come
seats
on.
all game. I always tell people,
Dude.
bang on the seats. That's louder than like whatever clapping or screaming. Just
There's
bang
always
on
an
the
empty
seats.
seat
That
sitting
shit-
next to you.
Exactly.
Bang on it.
That's what I'm
Bring his energy
saying.
to that
There's so
game.
many of them. If everybody just takes
So
that empty
many
seat
empty
that's
seats,
next to
just
them
bang
and
them
bangs
up.
on it, that shit's gonna echo,
Hell
and that's
yeah,
gonna be a
man.
lot louder than just yelling and clapping. So, bang your damn seats.
Dude, I hope this game is fucking awesome. I hope it's a fucking up and down. I want to see an up and down game, all the emotions, and then just
I'd
come
rather
out
I
on
want to
top.
see him
I'd
just
rather
roll out
see
of
an
the
up
building.
game.
Fuck that.
That would be nice, but come out on top. That's it, man. Let's fucking go.
I
Break
don't
the
care if
spell.
stadium is empty. I just want to win.
Come
bro.
on.
Like, listen, you know how big that'll be. Yo, that'll be really, that'll be, man. That's all. Like, listen, because I'm watching the game and I'm so pissed. I'm like, man, I'm about to fuck up another Sunday for me, bro. I'm so sick of this, bro. It's like, then all of a sudden, it's like, yo, that's all we want, man.
There was a
Competitive
part there on Sunday where we're just like, I cannot believe we're losing to Kenny Pickett. I'm like, I
It
cannot.
was
I
when
was
he
so
ran it in for the
angry.
second time.
Well, think
Oh,
about the
But thi-
series. Think about the series of events from the time that Wilson had to pick the loss and penalty. Then they hit
Yep.
the 59-yard field goal, the fumble that we didn't jump on that was sitting right there. We had
Yep.
four
Oh my
guys. We don't
God.
jump on it. I mean,
Justin
that was
Hardy said he'll get it
ridiculous. And then
next time.
Pickett, and then Pickett runs in too. It's like, dude, we just gave
Hey.
up 20 unanswered.
Tyson,
We were all thinking the same shit.
Prime time. 4 guys there on the special team. 4 guys are there. Kid,
I still don't know how the ball went backwards. I haven't seen the replay.
no,
Oh.
me neither.
Yeah,
Nah,
it was
it's
crazy,
4
man.
guys. You know what's crazy? And I'm not even going to knock them for this, though. They wasn't trying to pick the ball up. They were actually trying to jump on the ball. It just took a crazy squirt or whatever somebody's hand. I was like, 4 guys here. None of y'all grab it. Shit.
Ridiculous.
Man, Jermaine Johnson looks fucking awesome too. He needs more playing time. What's he getting, like 30% of the snaps, something like that? Like he needs more run. He's great.
Well, shit, the
He's a
way
good
Bryce
player.
Huff's playing, he should get more playing time too.
Him too, man. Get Nathan Shepard on the fucking
So-
waiver wire.
Wait,
Who
so we
fucking
want to
cares
keep the
about him?
rotation, is what we're saying.
Nah.
I just want Shepard off.
We're just saying we want we just said we want more reps
That
for
is
Bryce Huff.
much.
We want more reps for Jermaine
No.
Johnson. We want more reps
Hey,
for Clemens too.
Because you know what's funny
Just
on
get
the
the
stream?
get the
keep the
good
rotation.
players when it
Yo.
matters.
Prime time, you and Tyson was cussing like crazy when we came on the timeout. You were like, yo, why the fuck Quinn ain't in the game? We just came off a timeout.
We
Like,
did.
yo,
Shit's
I know.
like crazy,
It was
man.
so
No,
hilarious,
that was
bro.
the first play. The defense was on the field after the
That
offense was on the field.
crazy. That was funny.
And there was a
man.
commercial
That's
timeout.
awesome.
Jomo, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Jomo,
Thank
love
you guys.
bro.
Let's go. Bring the
Good talking,
noise.
Do it,
Jomo.
baby. Jess up, baby.
No, I will.
All right, we got Sean. What's up, man?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Did you watch
How you
the
doing?
game?
I watched the full game. Yeah, it was the same setup as last
week.
Too.
You know it was coming, baby.
I know it's gonna come every time I call in now, so I'm prepared. I'm not gonna get cut off again, which I totally got last time. But
who cut you off?
You did.
Wait, what?
Just asking.
Wait, I didn't hear you.
No, I didn't know who cut you off. I guess it was me.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Anyway, yeah, I watched the whole. I mean, it's funny how like Zach Wilson coming back, like the first 2 quarters are supposed to be where the quarterback, like regardless of their experience, they just kind of like ease into the game, short passes, dump offs. He tends to like he was struggling there, but then in the fourth quarter when the volumes, when like the pressure mounts, he just made some money throws to Corey Davis, and then he just engineered 2 really good touchdown drives. Despite like that second to last one, it looked like they weren't gonna get the touchdown, and then they somehow got it on third down. Like that was a really, really clutch drive. But considering it was his first game back, I was really impressed. Like there are a lot of people that are still criticizing him.
Wait, hold on. Going into the fourth quarter, were you impressed with Zach Wilson's game?
Going into it, no. Yeah, but the fourth quarter was that's the money quarter. Like that's the one where he turned it up, and he played more impressive than most quarterbacks in the league. Like regardless of experience, to just come in your first game after like sitting out a bunch of weeks.
That's a hot take.
Yeah, I mean that fourth quarter, those 2 drives.
If he plays like he did in the fourth quarter, if he does that consistently, dude, he's an elite quarterback.
Exactly, and he doesn't even
if he does it consistently. I mean,
like he doesn't even need to do that consistently. He just needs to do it for at least 3 quarters. Which, like, if he does it consistently throughout all 4 quarters and if they play all 4 quarters, then they can be an elite team. But I don't think you can expect that from Zach now. He didn't play all that well in his rookie season. It was still like first year everyone. And then this season, this was his first game of the regular season. So I would say like give him a bunch of games to just get him into the groove. Everyone's in their second year, so it's growing pains. It's going to happen. Another thing that I didn't hear on the call yet was this upcoming game against the Dolphins. I think it's going to be really impressive to see what I think the matchups that are going to be keys to the game are Hill and Waddle, and then Sauce and DJ Reed. I don't know who's going to be on who. They're probably going to switch, but like that is going to be the matchup that makes or breaks the game. They got to like stay on man on those 2 the entire game.
But will they though? That's the question. I don't think they will. Sal is so fucking stubborn, dude. On first and second down, he goes zone, and third down, he presses.
You can't.
That's what he does, dude.
It's probably going to be a zone. On those guys with their speed, they're probably going to play zone with some safety help on both.
Yep.
Yeah, they might play a too high safety shot.
You got to listen. What you got to give safety help. But then also listen. We're forgetting about the tight end. The tight end is elite. So listen, are you going to have
every tight end's elite against us?
Pretty much. But I'm not concerned with their running the ball. But Mosley in coverage can be exposed. And I think he'll definitely expose them on that.
Yeah. I will say though, like Saleh did drop all the linebackers into coverage a lot more against the Steelers, and I think all the like all 3 of them, Joyner, Whitehead, and Mosley, they played all the snaps, which was pretty interesting.
Yeah, but you can get away with some of that shit against Pickett and against Trubisky was struggling, but when you start playing better, well-coached teams like with an experienced veteran quarterback, like Teddy Bridgewater's seen all that shit already. Like or when you play a Josh Allen, when you do all this other shit, they're going to pick you apart, man. You've got to have good coverage and tight coverage.
And Tyson, you got to have pressure as well, though. Listen, you give anybody that kind of time, but they're going to pick you apart. You're going to find somebody open. So, to me, I take the hit, and I'm going to rush Teddy, and I'm going to send somebody after him. I'm not going to let him sit back there and pick me apart. I'm not going for that. The receivers are too good for that.
I'll also say I do commend Saleh and like the entire coaching staff as a whole for starting the offensive line on all the snaps. Obviously, they were going to do it for Mitchell too, but then he got injured. But the fact that they revamped the line, like they reshuffled the line and they played, I think everyone played all the snaps of the offense.
Max Mitchell was out,
except for Max Mitchell, but that was because of an injury.
Except for him.
Well, yeah, that wasn't in his control. If he was healthy, I think it would have been the same case for him. The fact that you
play left tackle.
Yeah, like the fact that you stuck Vera Tucker at left tackle the entire game, like that.
What do we do? Take him play half the game, move him? What do you they're supposed to play where they start.
Yeah, but
it's not a defensive line rotation. Your offensive line, you start, you play until the game is over.
Maybe that's what we need on offense. An offensive line.
I don't understand the point.
Switch them up. Rotation. Offensive line rotation.
Keep everyone fresh.
Everybody out. Take them out. Next line come in.
Like even within those 5 players that it's obviously it doesn't happen that much, but some teams do.
What?
Like I know we do that occasionally, which
Some
I don't know
teams bring
why.
in extra
Hey, timeout.
offensive linemen for like
Wait,
jumbo
you have
packages,
your
they
5
bring-
starters. You start the game with your 5 starters.
Yeah.
They play the entire game, dude, unless something goes wrong.
No, that's what I'm saying. But like within,
You're gonna give them credit for doing that. That's what every NFL team does. You play your starters on the offensive line.
But considering that it's a new combination or it's a new setup, I feel like it was pretty ballsy to stick with it.
I think what Sean's trying to say is that things could have gone wrong, and the fact that things went well enough that they didn't have to make a change is a positive, right?
I think that's generally what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
Like maybe that's more
I got you, Sean.
the fact that like things didn't go wrong.
Things did go wrong. Fucking Max Mitchell got hurt, and then you got to reshuffle that, and then they couldn't.
Well, yeah,
run
with
the
the
ball.
exception of Mitchell. You know,
Yeah.
they
That's
held
not
up.
There's only 5 linemen. One of them.
But that's not bad line play though. That's an injury that happens all the time. Like that's not on Mitchell.
The Marlins are down to their final strike.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, Braves.
Don't do
Yeah.
this
Other
to
than
me.
that, I mean,
Don't do this to me.
I don't
Larry.
know how Gesicki's going to play. I expect him to get a ton of. A word. I expect him to get a ton of targets. Like at
He
least.
should. I mean, I think that's the one thing that creates the biggest problem. Listen, other than their receivers, like listen, their receivers are elite. You know what I'm saying? Listen, they are the best receivers.
Gesicki's
probably
no
play all
joke,
season
dude.
long.
Fuck.
Exactly. That's what
We
I'm
can't
saying.
cover
Listen,
anybody
like-
over the middle.
Didn't we all want him in
you
free
gotta-
agency?
Yeah, absolutely. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Bro, what?
he's franchised.
What? You know, and this is the scary part about it though. Listen, they have all kinds of weapons. So, you know, you're gonna have to prepare for everything. And that's what scares me the most because our linebackers cannot cover a tight end. So then you put a safety on them. I mean, and then on top of that, who are you gonna use? White hasn't been good in coverage. Jordan hasn't been good in coverage. And I really want somebody over top of Cheetah and Waddle. Like, so they pose a big problem to our defense, man, without getting pressure. I'm telling you. It's gonna be a
You wonder if you see more like nickel and dime this week.
Yeah,
More Eccles
yeah,
on the
I mean,
field.
yeah.
Get some extra speed out there.
Yeah, I think Eccles only played like one
But
snap.
prime time, I wouldn't mind seeing Eccles matched up against their tight end. I wouldn't mind something like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'd be okay with
Push them
that.
off a little bit. Yeah, me
Get
too.
speed on the field.
Because you're not worried about them. You're not worried about Miami running the football like that. But I say that now, and they'll run for 180 yards. You know what I mean? So it's just what it is. That's lost.
Yeah, like speaking of tight ends, like obviously people have said that on the stream too. I don't know why the Jets haven't been using them because a lot of the time on like third down, where you know Flacco and even in this game Zach like was throwing to the receiver a couple yards short of the first down. Like you expect that to go to the tight end because the tight end actually, like given their build, they actually have a higher chance of breaking a tackle and getting some more yak. You can't expect the wide receiver to like brush off a linebacker and like just zoom through for the first down. There's a lower probability that happens. So
But Sean,
Really?
the biggest thing though, Sean, listen,
Really?
the biggest thing when we sign those tight ends, we thought we were going to use the middle of the field. I think that's the biggest issue right now. I think that LaFleur doesn't know how to use them in the middle of the field because his receivers run, most of his receiving plays are in the middle of the field. So I think that he needs to find a way to fix that and make that better. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, maybe in the future we could see Zach targeting the sidelines of the field, and then maybe that'll open up the middle of the field for the tight ends too, because you can play a lot of 2 tight end sets when you have the kind of speedy guys that you have in Moore and Wilson. And I think they'll grow with Zach as well because they were both high picks. And you're welcome for Garrett Wilson and AVT. We basically gifted them to you, so that's great.
Yeah, pretty much. Nah, man, listen, did y'all even play any defense this week, bro? Like, was it 48, 45?
It was garbage. I hated that. Like, I realized barn burners are only fun when your team isn't playing. The fact that every time we got a lead, the defense
Shout out to Gino, man.
Our linebackers are the worst in the league, except for maybe Jordan Brooks. They can't freaking tackle. You think you guys have it bad? We have probably the worst linebacking core of the league. Like TJ Hawkinson, a freaking tight end. We made him look like Tony Gonzalez and Gronkowski combined. That man had like a 90-yard reception, and it was all yak. And we missed like 4 tackles on him, and it was all linebackers. They didn't even want to tackle. And like we were lucky that the Lions had no, like they didn't have defense either, but ours was worse because they didn't have Amon-Ra, they didn't have Swift, they didn't have Chark, and we still conceded 45 points to Jared friggin' Goff. And I don't know how that's possible, but I'm glad we got the win because every win I just laugh at this point. I don't expect anything this year. And please, for God's sake, beat the Broncos. Please, we need you to beat the freaking Broncos.
Thank you for calling, man. We appreciate it.
All right, have a good night, guys.
Later.
Dude, so wait, I'll go back and read the super chat. Listen, bro, there's like chaos breaking out here. It's the middle of a call. We're not going to stop them to talk about it. So we'll go back. Man, everybody gets so angry at us. Let's go back.
I can't believe the fucking Mets.
I'm not confident we'll beat the Fins. Fingers crossed we do. I mean, I think I'm not saying I'm confident. I'm hopeful. It'd be awesome they did that. I mean, that's a culture changing thing.
I feel like they're actually going to show up at least.
Zach is not an issue. It's the fact we have all these studs on defense and not producing and more of that in the O-line. I mean, Zach is an issue. The fact of the matter is he's got to play at a high level week in and week out. He can't be ridiculously inconsistent. He didn't play all that well on Sunday until the fourth quarter.
No,
so
Zach
is an issue.
Yes, we can write off the first 3 quarters for rust and the O-line. Yes, there are issues there, but at the same time, like the throws that are there when receivers are open, he's still got to make those plays.
Absolutely. And like you said, a negative play. And listen, if he cleans that up, and like I said, it's situational football. You know what I'm saying? You're going into halftime, bro. Listen, you throw the ball away, you take the field goal, you go up 13-3. That was something different, man. That's just smart football. So it just has to grow.
The Mets had a 10.5 game lead.
All right, we will go to see, and this is all about making Elmo happy. That's my goal tonight. Speaking of happiness, this is Mr. Happy. What's up, man?
The voice of reason.
You are such a prick. For a guy who claims that he doesn't know, he's not technically inclined.
Yeah,
you sure know how to put up that Braves win banner.
Figure that shit out real quick.
All of a sudden, you're a programming genius.
Step on my head while I'm drowning.
Eyeballs. I was waiting for that.
We knew that was coming,
man. Taking grenades.
You are
bastard.
The zinger. You just love the zinger.
Yes.
Gentlemen, how are you tonight?
How you been, man?
How are you?
I'm good. 2 down, 8 to go.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
That's it.
Yeah,
That's how I look
sir.
at it. They're playing well. They hopefully this game they're gelling. They believe in themselves. Zach played well in that fourth quarter. I've noticed a lot of things. He steps up in the pocket a little bit now. I notice he doesn't run out of the pocket like he did in previous games. He stayed calm in the pocket, which I noticed. So there's some positivity there. He looked very calm. I think he also, being his first game, I'm sure he's going to look at film because there are times where I know he looked at Davis. The other guys were open. So the more
he's staring down his first options a little bit.
Yeah,
which is normal his first game.
Right. And so, but he'll see looking at film that the other guys were open. So that's good. As he gets more accustomed with these guys. Absolutely. You were on my wall. I don't know. My son may have taken you off. You were his favorite. But listen, and thank God we won. Imagine if we lost and this chat would have been even worse. Yes, you used to be, but I ran out of room, Nick.
We're always one game away, baby. We're always one loss away from blowing up.
You're kidding me? If we would have lost, we would have been saying put in Berrios as the quarterback since he threw the touchdown pass.
But we were on the verge. We were close to being angry at stuff like the same old Jets. They losing to a rookie quarterback. This is terrible. We were close to being there, man.
Momentum shift. Listen, that now even Boomer said that hit by Lawson, that wasn't a penalty. That was they just he hit him right, but of course they're just gonna do.
There's still no reason for it though. Yeah. At the end of the half,
he's. I understand, but it was so close. I don't. I've seen worse than that not get called. We just don't have that luck right now. But
it's every week. There's 2 to 3 of them. It seems like.
Yeah, I mean the what's his name? The Mosley's penalty, that was stupid. I think he just couldn't stop himself, and the hold on Davis on that one, we went 1st and 20, but we still were able to move the ball. And and what I'm seeing now is that like that call that with the touchdown in past years, I think they would have called it a fumble, and we would have lost that ball and it would have killed the drive. So we
were kind of all expecting that though, like the cynical Jet fan, like you know what, he fumbled, it's gonna be a touchback, it's gonna be this.
Exactly, there was gonna be
it crossed the plane. That was the part.
But be honest, Tyrone, your initial instinct with Jet fans, we never think positive. We always think negative. Like, they blew it.
But I thought we was gonna get, you know what I'm saying, screwed over. You know what I'm saying? But I was
Yeah.
glad that we recovered the football. I said,
But
okay, overtime. But it's,
and there was some calls that we lost because I saw what's his name on Jets X Factor. He posted on Twitter. He shows that Davis on the sideline throw.
oh, it was
They
a
called
catch. It
him
was a good
out.
catch. It was a
His
catch. Yeah,
foot
his feet
was
was
right
in.
in.
Yep.
Yeah, they
Yeah, I saw
just
that.
called
I
it.
saw
I don't know
Mark
why
Mark.
they didn't challenge it, or I don't know what the circumstances. But that was definitely a catch.
I thought it initially came in bounds, and then like once his foot fully came down, he had like partially he was out of bounds.
No,
They showed it.
there
No, no,
was
no.
there was
They
green.
showed
There
it.
was green.
Yeah,
There
it
was
was green.
actually
It was
green there.
prime time. It looked like it was a nice little chunk there.
Prime time was smoking the green.
He blew it up. He chunked it up. But
It's in
yo,
green
what
right
about
now. It's the freaking Braves.
what about that pass to Dubinsky and old boy in the back of the end zone, bro? That shit scared the hell out you, bro. Like that was scary. Great throw, great catch.
But listen, hopefully they build on this, and that's all you could hope for at this point. And let's see what Sal does. Like you said, he's stubborn. Hopefully, maybe he decides to just throw a whole different attack on this team and confuse them. And hopefully see Michael Carter the second play more because he played well in the last game.
Yep.
Guys are stepping up. They just and like who's I think it was Brees Hall who said, this team don't give up. We just don't give up. And it's in that mentality. That's what's going to keep.
Well, it's great that there's a young team that's all buying in together. They're all winning and scratching and clawing together, and Zach's a part of that. That's the big part of this. Like winning these games with Flacco, I didn't give two shits. I'm like, doesn't mean anything. But Zach now he's like buying like credibility down the locker room. Like you know what? This is our leader. Like the really cool thing. Did you see the interview with him after the game? And like Tomlinson came running over, John Franklin Myers came running over. Like they were all like, that's our quarterback. That's our quarterback. That's the shit I want to see. Because then it's like, that's our future. That's like that's his team.
Yeah, they're all like the same age at that level, and so they're all they associate with one another. It's not like they with I forget his. How do I forget his name?
Which one?
The one who played last week, a quarterback.
Trubisky?
Flacco.
Oh,
Flacco. They were happy for him in this, but you don't see the camaraderie as with Zach.
Yep. He's one of them. He's a young guy. He's
they coming up together.
Yep.
They're coming up
Absolutely.
together. In the same age group, the same interests, everything. But it's
when your quarterback does the gritty, bro, it doesn't even matter. I'm done.
Exactly.
You got me right there.
That's
exactly.
swag upon swag right there.
Yeah. And you know what we're not talking about? We don't need a kicker. We're not. We're not talking about. We need another kicker
or punter.
Yo, turn around, right? Yo, yes, sir.
Yeah.
But Boyer does that though, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just takes average guys and make them better, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Greg
and listen, the special teams. I mean, we popped the punter.
Yes, sir.
Unfortunately, they banged against each other because the one guy was going to ready to fall on the ball, and the other guy came in and knocked the ball out of his hand on that punt. They would have the one Jet. I think it was 36. I think
the linebacker. He's out. No, it's a linebacker. What's his name? We just bought him up. What's his name? Prime time.
What's that? Nasruddin?
No, it's not Nasruddin. It's what is his name? Number 36.
Oh, Harris.
Harris.
Yeah, Harris came in diving in because the other guy was right there to plop on the ball. But those are great. But at least they're hustling. They're hustling, and they're looking. It's something to look forward to and watching. We were in the game for the longest time, so that's also positive. Let's see if they build. I'm just hoping that
this is a big Sunday, man.
Yeah,
this is a big Sunday. They've got to come out firing on all cylinders, fired up, emotional, passionate, prepared. They got to, man.
Yeah, I think they're going to try to run the ball more because they have to control the clock. They have to keep the ball out of Miami's hands. Too many offensive weapons, but
can't play from behind though either.
No,
it's hard to run the ball if you're playing catch up. Especially with the Dolphins' weapons, like you said.
But it's interesting, though, after back to talk about the secondary, that when Reed talked about communication, all of a sudden,
Clean
that whole backfield started to communicate, and all of a sudden, things were happening. So maybe they had to talk with one another or something. All of a sudden,
would have been nice if they did that in training camp, but I'll take it by week 3. That's all right.
We don't know what happened in the past has happened in the past. We got to look forward. I don't know anything about the picks. That banner just kills me.
You know what's crazy?
Yes.
You know what I hope though. I hope that I hope what this team has taken from playing the AFC North is that you have to be physical. And I hope they come out against Miami and be physical. I think that's how you beat a team like Miami.
That should be their identity on defense anyway, Tyrone. That's the AFC East football. You got to build man up.
Not even just defense, offense as well. That's how you a team like Miami. They're a finesse football team. You got to punch them in the face, and you got to be physical with them. And I hope that we picked up something from playing the AFC North 4 games in a row. So
you got to pop Bridgewater, hit him, pop him, and bring in the next guy in. That's how I say. Kill the quarterback.
I agree.
How about the defense takes it personally that Tyreek Hill didn't want to come here?
Oh yeah,
exactly. What if the whole team does
They wouldn't
that?
pay taxes either. I wouldn't pay taxes either. I'd be going down.
I know.
Myself.
He never wanted. He never wanted.
Use it as bulletin board material anyway. This guy didn't want to come here. He didn't want to be a part of this.
What he said? He said, "What am I supposed to do? Miami or the Jets? The Jets,
exactly.
Really?
And be heavily taxed in New Jersey. I'm out of here. Shit, I live in New Jersey. I think I go to Miami too.
Yeah,
but in 10 years he'd have a job at SNY though.
Right next to Connor Hughes. But he used us like they used to use the Yankees to get more money and never want to come into a prime time area. But listen, if he loses, he's going to look like a fool. That's the bottom line. But
Ephraim, thank you for calling, man. We appreciate it. Good seeing your positive outlook this week.
Yeah, remember 2022. You're the Jets.
Not the year to Mets, that's for sure. Have a good night,
man.
Have a good night, man.
Take care, guys. Be well.
Have a good night, Ephraim. We all go through the same shit with the Jets. Why would you wish that on anybody year round?
What are you talking about?
The same misery that we go through with the New York Jets. Why would you want somebody else to experience that year round?
I don't wish losing to anybody, man. I understand the pain of losing and pain of getting swept and blowing a huge lead in the division. I get all that. It's painful, man. It's not easy.
I'm a
very difficult to deal with.
Fan. How do you think we feel? Like, listen,
I know.
And I'm a Jet fan. Like, listen, if I'm nothing else, I'm loyal. I have nothing, no other quality you can say about me. I'm loyal. Shit, I'm used to losing. Shit.
Every facet of loyalty gets challenged just following these teams. There's no way. I'm a Knicks fan too. They're disgusting. All right, we have the cleanup hitter. I guess I missed John. I guess John's cursing me out, and I don't know, whatever. But I guess I missed John. When the studio fills up, dude, it's just a bunch of we don't know who's first, who's second, who's whatever. I just pick people.
Yeah, I just keep getting that pop-up message that the studio is full.
So John hates me. Okay. There's a long list of that, so I'm fine with that. We'll bring on Mr. Geno Smith's biggest fan.
Jose!
Oh my God. My God. How are you?
What up,
I know
Jose?
how you are.
Yeah, I'm not doing good. Where are the Angels, Jose?
See?
Don't you talk shit.
Seems like you're not like are gonna be in a week.
Can't talk shit. Nah.
Yes, he can.
You've been playing golf in 4 days. You can't talk shit. Absolutely.
Elmo. I love you.
Tyson can talk shit because
I love you as a kid, Elmo.
That's right. Elmo and Jose are friends. I like saying that.
Otani's going to be a Met in 2 years anyway.
Just don't bring please do not bring early. Elmo. That's all I ask. The rest of Sesame Street is welcome.
Good to see Jose. He's all happy and smiling. Seahawks are playing good. The Mets are out. This is awesome.
2-2, baby. 2-2. Seattle, baby.
Wait, we got Jose. I beat Cassandra in your league, but lost to you by 0.12. Damn.
Oh, is that my replacement?
Yeah.
At least he can beat Cassandra.
Yeah.
Well
done. Well done.
And he actually fills out his lineup, unlike you.
That's right. He actually fills the lineup out.
What are the prizes this year?
The banner will be up till next week.
I'm gone. I'm out.
So, can I give a quick deep dive into the Dolphins game real
Do
quick?
it. You can do the preview for me. That'd be perfect.
Double covered Tyreek Hill, press Jalen Waddle with DJ Reed. Fourth, Teddy Bridgewater to prove he can throw deep over the top, because last week against Cincinnati he couldn't.
Yep.
And he didn't, which is why Miami lost that game.
Yep.
I will know, I was streaming it on my
That's a good point though, because that is Bridgewater's thing. It's challenging to throw it deep. Don't let him beat you underneath. That's what Brissett was doing. Brissett was dinking and dunking, and then that's a good preview, Jose. That's good.
And here's a prognostication. Yes. DJ Reed gets an interception on Teddy Bridgewater.
I would love that.
If the Dolphins try to go around with Jalen Waddle, it will end up 3 yards short, and DJ Reed will pick it up.
I think you like DJ Reed because he's a former Seahawk. That's why you're praising him so much.
No, I would praise him even if he wasn't. I know good football.
So then, did you order a Geno Smith jersey now, or are you all in on Geno as your franchise quarterback?
No, I'm not.
Come on, man.
I would
buy
be.
in now.
Oh, listen, no, I'm not.
That's called lightning in a bottle.
I love how he has.
Enjoy it.
I love how he has played. He saved the defense's ass.
He sure did.
On Snake. Because our defense played like ass Sunday. As Sean, I believe, or what? I think that's his name.
Yep, Sean.
Yeah, Sean said. Oh yes. Any other questions you would like to ask?
Would you like any kind of Braves paraphernalia we could send you? We would prime time a buy for you.
I already have a Braves hat.
Okay, we can get that. Well, we'll contact Luca because Luca's got 75 hats on his wall.
Yes.
And he'll send you a Braves hat.
Actually, Luca, if you're watching, send me a Knicks hat.
There you go.
Yes,
You can enjoy our pain, man.
Because the Lakers are gonna suck with LeBron for however many years he's left because he's washed. As a player, washed. He's washed.
Well, the Knicks suck too, though.
38 going.
Knicks are going to be all right this year.
I said that every year, dude. This is what happens with the Knicks.
No, they're not going to be a
training
championship
camp. We
team.
watch
They're
the
gonna be
preseason
okay.
stuff. We get all excited, and the minute the season starts, they play like shit and they get hurt every year.
Man, Randall's not a number one option. That's the problem with the Knicks.
And then, no, but
Well,
Tyler,
he's
the other
not
thing
gonna-
too
he's not gonna be
is
here
everybody's
long-term.
gonna love all these young kids, and guess who's not gonna play them? The fucking coach.
Yeah, because
They got no choice but to play Toppin this year.
Thibodeau loves playing the vets.
He does, dude. It made
Just
no
like
sense.
Salah.
Even when the season, you're clearly out of playoffs. You're not gonna make the playoffs. He still wasn't playing the kids.
Yeah,
Clown.
play the kids.
That's what the Seahawks are saying.
Now, PT, serious question.
Uh-oh.
You guys play the Dodgers, correct?
Once we win the wild card round, yeah.
Yeah.
Who you playing the wild card? The Phillies or the Padres?
Right now it's the Padres.
Probably the Padres.
I prefer the Padres.
So now I just got a message from John. Go fuck yourself, Tyson. You're a first-class clown and a fucking hypocrite.
Yikes!
Oh.
Who is that?
Nice.
John Santos.
What did you do?
John?
What'd you do?
Wow.
Be classy, my friend.
I went.
What'd you do, John?
John was on my
Wow, man.
stream Thursday.
Good luck on the show going forward.
I don't know.
This is a Victory Tuesday show. What happened?
I have a question. If he shows up on my stream Thursday, what do I do?
Have him on. He could talk to you guys. I guess he only has animosity towards me. That's just fine. Yeah, you can. No, let him. That's fine. Jose, thanks for calling, man. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.
I love you, bro.
Good talk, man.
Have a good night.
Listen to some Eminem.
Through.
And with that, I'm out. Good
You're
night,
going to
guys.
lose this show.
Love you, man. Talk to you later.
I need to lose myself.
All right. Well, that is a wrap. So I guess I missed John's next, whatever his call was about. I didn't see him, and now he hates me. So that's cool. So now he's just tweeting me like crazy right now, which I'm not going to respond to. So, John, if you're watching this, stop tweeting me. I'm not going to respond to you. I'm not going to answer your direct messages either. So just carry on your shit to a different show. So thank you guys for joining us. Primetime L14 on Sunday. Can't wait for that. And then we'll talk to you guys next week.
Later.
Later.